Oh, it just started. It looks like, yes. I didn't know I did that.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Oh my gosh, let's see. Hi, JB, Miss Wildlife. Hi, George.
Hello, it's so good to see you again.
You too, you too.
You know, the last time we did this, it was the first day of spring, and what is today?
The last day of summer.
The last day of spring, yes.
Is it the last day?
I think tomorrow is solstice, yes.
What a season. I'm telling you. We are so dry up here, George. It's unbelievable.
Oh, we finally got rain the last 2 days, of course, because I'm getting ready for my sale at my Storehouse this weekend. Now it's raining when I want to put everything in the yard. So it's all getting a nice wash.
Oh my gosh. So everybody, we are so excited to see you tonight. George, tell everybody what's going on with you this weekend. You might get somebody that's close.
Oh, well, thank you. I will real quickly. In fact, I'll hold up the little, here we go. I have a little flyer. So my Storehouse just happens to be right by Highway 41, which in Kentucky runs between Evansville, Indiana up here and the Tennessee border, which is a little bit north of, like an hour north of Nashville. And all sorts of sales are along Highway 41 on Friday and Saturday. And my place in Earlington, zip code 42410, go to the only stoplight and you will see the signs. There is one stoplight in the whole town. They're having a little antique show over by the freeway at the same time. And I guess a whole lot more people are doing it this year. So I've just been scrambling to try to get my place back in order because I do use it as a storehouse. So yeah, hopefully by Friday I'll be ready. I didn't get to come and do the stuff that, all that great stuff that you did up at your place. So, you know, got to get rid of it somehow. Tell me how that was.
Oh my gosh, George, it was so fantastic. I wish I could come to your place this weekend. But
well, yes.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year I'll be a little more, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to pull it off with family stuff and estate stuff. I just now gotten it and I decided like last week, okay, I can pull this together. So next year I'll make more of a do.
Well, I tell you what, we had a very hot weekend here in Michigan, but we had so much fun at Teak Stack. It was like a hippie fest. I've never been someplace with so much love and happiness. Everybody, well, if you attended, tell them how it went. Hi, Miss Kay. We had camping, free camping. We had vendors set up, and George, it was cool because the vendors that set up were thinning collections and stuff. It wasn't your normal antiques, you know, antique style flea market.
Nice.
And we had people from all over. PJ came from South Carolina. We had Washington State. We were represented by Minnesota and Kentucky. And it was
Missouri.
just amazing.
Yep.
So we were talking about this before we came on. And George is tentatively going to be here for the next one, which will be September. It's the weekend of the 9th and 10th, I think. I got to look at the dates. So if you, PJ plans on attending, she bought 8 things. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So if you are interested in coming, it's free camping to our YouTube members, George's site, my site. It's all groovy. Free setup, free camping, primitive camping. We will have an auction at noon on Saturday, and you're free to come Thursday night and stay right through the weekend. So we are hoping to see you. And right now, keep your fingers crossed that it's not in the 90s again.
By mid-September, it's a 50-50 chance, but probably not.
I know. It was hot, George. It was hot. But our vendors, if you're interested in coming, our vendors did fabulous. And for the first time, and when you come out, you won't believe where we're at. We're in the middle of nowhere, but it was groovy.
Yeah, all but right. You're in the middle of nowhere near somewhere, so that helps.
Yeah. Yep. And even if you want to come just to visit and you bring 3 or 4 things, I sell here at Drummy's. Eileen was selling for people. George will probably sell a few items for you. We like to sell for you as a way of saying thank you. And we'll do that live on just like we did at the last one. So I hope you can attend. All right. What would you consider hot? Hot, hot, hot.
Well, let's see. I consider 90s hot.
Yes, I'm telling you, it was hot. The auction was hot too, but everybody that worked in the auction was total volunteers. It was just amazing. So if you want some fellowship, people that do the same thing you do, just hang around, have fun. Here's your place to come in September. All right. Without further ado, we're going to get through the technicalities. We are currently being seen on 6 venues, some Facebook groups, and our 2 YouTube pages. So when you are bidding, please look over there. Wait, right under George. That will be where the comments and the bids will be. We're not necessarily going to put all the comments up when we're bidding because we've got to keep track, and there's a lot of people in house right now, but we will put the bids over there. Be aware if you're not going to see everybody in your room from, you're not going to see everybody bidding from your room. So if you're on my Facebook deals page, you're only going to see the deals people. There you go. All right, let's get this party started. You want me to start with my little creatures here?
Well, we probably ought to talk real quickly about a couple other things. I'm shipping from Kentucky, and you're shipping from Michigan. So we're both kind of in the middle. So shipping should be pretty similar, but we're not shipping together because we're a few states apart. So just so you folks know that. So if you buy something from me, please send an email to theantiquenomad@gmail. And if you buy from Heidi, then it's rosiesauctionhouse@gmail. And the other thing is just to be fair to everybody and let you know, because I'm getting ready for the warehouse sale, I will be doing the shipping this weekend after that's over. So it'll be a couple of days, just so that you know, it's not going to go out tomorrow. It's going to be probably Friday night.
Okay, sounds good. And I will combine shipping with my sale this morning and my sale tomorrow.
Cool.
So, okay, I'll start with those crazy little bugs I showed you. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Yeah, I wish I was bidding. I like the scorpion.
You can bid. All right, here we go. We're going to start off with choice, and we're going to start off at $3. And you're going to have your choice of this scorpion. I think it's a scorpion, or this scorpion. Okay. This bug in a box.
Ooh.
I don't know what he is. He's a gold bug in a box. Or this critter coming out of a shell. So you're going to get your choice of any of them. $5 is bid. Now, how we do it here with bidding, when the bids start to slow down, and George, tell me if this is all right with you.
It is.
Okay, when we see the bids slowing down, we will put the timer up for 30 seconds. And when the timer hits 30, we will say sold. There's no just in cases here. This is a real auction. So get your bids in as quickly as possible. There's no specific time. When we see the bids slow, that's when we will go ahead and put the clock on. Okay, so you get your choice of these two. This one is a desert scorpion. This one is, I don't know, he's gold. Then we have this one, which, he looks like the hugest deer fly you've ever seen. That almost feels like glass. I don't know what it is. This one I think is more contemporary, but maybe not. And it is a little bugaboo coming out of a shell, okay? So we have $7 bid for choice. Hammy Whammy is in at $8. So you got your choice of any of the 4. Bidder will take as many as they want. Backup bidder will take choice, and then it's up for grabs. $8 is bid. I'm going to go ahead and get the timer up here, and we'll show you how it's done. I think we will. There it is. All right, $12 elderly poodle. Get your bids in. It goes up to 30 seconds. Choice of these: the desert one, or the gold scorpion. The big old bug in a box. $12 is bid, or this one that's kind of on a pedestal, and he's coming out of a shell. All right, $12 is bid. Anybody else? Get your bids in. 20 seconds to go. Elderly Poodle is in at $12 right now. Our backup at the moment is Pammy Whammy. 15 with Katie. 10 seconds. Katie is in at 15. Get your bids in. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and get that out of there and say sold. All right. Katie Borton, you are the winner. You can take as many as you want. It looks like Cajun Princess snuck in there as the backup. I'm going to post my email right here for you. Katie, I don't think we've done business before. Welcome. Just take a screenshot of that. Let me know you won. You want the red one. Okay, so Katie takes the red one. And Cajun, you are up if you would like one. The price, I believe, was $15. Yes, it was. Hi, Gail. So Katie takes the red one. Cajun, let me know what you would like. Make sure you're in live chat, not top chat this evening. Katie Borton gets the first item of the night, number 47 for me. All right.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh my God.
George gets the desert scorpion.
Well, thank you very much, Cajun Princess. That was very kind of you. I'm thrilled, actually. That's very nice. I was not expecting it.
Okay, the rest are up for grabs. $15. Anybody that wants one can take one for $15. I'll show you again the choices. We have the bug in a box, or we have the little
hermit crab.
Okay, hermit crab. Okay, we have the crab or the bug in a box, and they are $15. Up for grabs. You did an appraisal for her. Wow.
Oh, well, thank you. Oh, that's so kind. I really appreciate it.
Anybody want one of these? Up for grabs. Cool, cool, cool. Elderly, which one would you like, sweetie? Just let me know. They're up for grabs, so anybody can claim them.
I bet I
Elderly.
know.
Elderly, let me know.
Oh, Zeno loves insects and bugs, actually, yes.
Okay,
Bug in a box. Cool.
Bug in a box. All right. Let's do 12 on this one. Out the door, $12. And you can go ahead and claim it. I'm going to put George up here. We'll see what he's got. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, well, we'll just warm up with a few things first. And I just want Pamela said the crab, I think. So I think we've got it gone.
All righty.
And I just wanted to say really quickly, because I see her in the chat, I am so glad to see Joanne Gibson with us tonight. I know that she had a little unexpected trip to the doctor, and I know that she said that in the chat, so I figured it's okay to say I'm so glad you're doing better. All right, so I'm going to start with something that's a little different. And they're ornaments on stands, but I think they're really rather interesting. I've sold a few of these in the past, and we're going to start these at $4 choice. So it's $4 choice, and there's two of them. Now, my light is a little bit strong here, so I'm going to take it off the stand, one of them. These were done by someone who signed them, JJ. This is 1985. This is in that period where you're starting to see really interesting sort of washed glazes on glass, on like Reuben glass. You're starting to see it on ceramics, and it's a little pinker than it looks. If I show the underside, I think you'll see it better. This is more of a lavender. So they come with the ornament stands, and $4 each is the opening bid. They are made of porcelain, so they're actually pretty well made, and it is choice, but I think they kind of look neat together. These came from an estate out in Washington State, and JJ was a studio ceramicist at the time. So but I don't know what her name was. Everybody just knew her as JJ. So you see on the front, it's got one single circle here, and then on the back, it's got a series. Well, actually, it's got a series on both. So anyhow, we've got Alicia at $4. Hi, Alicia. Nice to see you here. And here's the other one. And if you want, you can go ahead and set the timer, because I know we have lots of stuff to do tonight. But we do have an opening bid on these. So if anyone else is interested, they are really kind of neat, I think. And, you know, sometimes it's nice to have something that is just to look at.
Yep.
You know, it's not always about function. Sometimes art for art's sake is a good thing. And I do think they're neat too, actually, Maggie Max. I agree. I thought they were really something interesting. And you could even hang them on your tree if you like. They're kind of big, actually. They're about 4.5 inches wide, and this one's about 4.5 inches tall. Don't hold closer. Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm getting a little coaching here. Okay, now we can see the color better. That makes more sense. Alicia's at 7. PJ Morris is at 8. And yeah, sorry, we have a new camera tonight. We're in kind of a different location than we've done these before because we're having trouble with the old computer. So we're doing it this way, and it's working a lot better. PJ Morris at 12 each for choice. And if I know we've got a few folks involved, but we have a sold. So we will see who that ends up with. And I'm going to let... It looks like PJ Morris. So tell me, let's call one the tall one and one the flat one. You may have either or both. So let me know if you prefer one to the other. Then we'll let the other one be up to the next person. Otherwise, PJ, you can have both of them. And they're actually pretty, one nice thing is they're not super delicate. They're not going to break the minute you look at them. They actually have a little bit of heft. So, and she'll take both. Well, thank you very much. And PJ, I don't know if I've had you purchase from me before, but I'm at theantiquenomad@gmail.com.
Okay, that's an easy one. Theantiquenomad@gmail.com. All right. Okay. I have a lot of pezzes. You're going to get them all. And we have a whole bag full of them, so they're fun. I'll show them to you. All for one. All for one and one for all. Here we go. We're going to start these out at 5, and I'll show them to you. I think I counted 10 in here. So we have Mickey. We have a couple Mickeys, actually. So we have a couple Mickeys. We have, oh, we got another Mickey. I'm going to just dump these out. Mickey and a Daffy. You're getting them all. Let me see if I know all these people. There is Miss Piggy. Lucy. And I can't think of his name.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy Gonzalez. All for one money. $5 to start them. Kermit. See, there's still more. The whole bag is going. Garfield. And I think we have Bugs and Dino. So yeah, there's a lot of them. Bugs and Dino. You're getting all of the Pezzes for one money. And I think there's about 10 of them in there. There is a lot of Mickey Mouse. And look at all of them. There's half. Yeah, there is 10.
You know, Pez is the reason eBay exists.
Really?
Yep. The guy who started it, his girlfriend collected Pez dispensers, and he couldn't find the one she wanted. And he's like, why can't I just go on the computer and dial this up? And that was where the idea for eBay came from.
Do you have Miss Piggy? Yeah, she's right here. Oh, she's right there. There's actually 11. Bid quickly. We're not gonna waste time on it if you guys aren't interested. There are 11 of them. And Susie Johnson, hi Susie, is gonna bid 5. I'll show you one more time. Then we'll do the timer. I'm gonna put, I think, is Speedy Gonzalez at Disney?
Warner Brothers.
All right. Well, close enough. Okay, so here is the Disney, I think. And then we have the rest of them. Speedy, Lucy, Piggy, Dino. Bugs, Garfield, and the frog. Okay, we have $5, and here comes the timer.
And yes, they do all have feet.
They do have feet. What does that mean?
Oh, at first they didn't have feet, so they either had to go in a stand or they just sort of fall over all the time. And then they started putting feet on them. They got smart.
Okay, all for one money. They're cute. Susie Johnson is in at 5. They're gonna go. We don't have the music playing when I have a guest. I wish I could. We did it one time. I don't know why it doesn't work. I can try it, but I think you're gonna have an echo if I do it. So we can sing. Can you harmonize, George?
Da, 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 da. Actually, she's a very good singer, and I used to be. I haven't practiced for a while. We could probably do something. But
we probably could.
But YouTube will demonetize us. So.
All right, Susie Johnson gets them. Okay, thank you. Okay, George.
Okay, I've got I've got a lot of stuff tonight. I'm going to start with something. A lot of stuff I'm starting with tonight is starting at a pretty low bid because I came into it right, or I just feel like it. So I'm gonna this next one. I have a few pieces of Fenton here, and I thought we'd start with the shoes because there's always people looking for shoes in certain colors, and I think these are two of the more fun colors. And these are the high button and bows Victorian boot looking shoes. So we're going to start these at $9 choice. So $9 is the opening bid, and we have this one in Amberina, and the Amberina one does have the original paper label in it from about 1970. Some people really like having that paper label as part of it. And there's if I hold it back, you'll get the color a little better. There we go. And then the other one is the sky blue boot. And I don't think they called it sky blue. It's a powder blue. I can't remember what name they called it in their line. But this one also is early enough that I don't see a Fenton mark on it. It's always easy to tell the Fenton because they are fire polished. And just for full disclosure, I should probably show you, because when I held it up, I noticed there's just the teeniest little ding on that seam there. So I don't want anybody to get something they don't want. And Pamela, if you wanted the blue one and that bothers you, I will not hold you to it. So, but Pamela at $12 is our current bidder. And okay. I just always like these. So
yep, it's blue satin on the blue one. I think they call it blue satin.
Blue satin, yes. And in my light, it does look very turquoise. And actually, it looks very turquoise in real life, too. This one is probably a little brighter than it's showing on my camera here.
What color is that? Is that amber, or is that like
It's Amberina. It's orange to yellow. If you look at the top, it's the orange, and then the boot is where you get more of the amber, or the toe is where you get more of the amber color. Probably shows a little better if I hold it this way.
So it's a glow getter.
It might be. In fact, I can try that. I haven't actually tried that on this one. Do you glow at all? It may have a little bit of a cadmium glow. It's pretty light outside where I am still too. So I don't know that it glows a lot. I do have some other pieces that do, so we'll get to those. Let me see.
It should glow cadmium.
Let me... Oh, yeah, it does, actually. I'm sorry. I had to put it under the table because it's so dark. But, yeah, the background really does glow. It's just, I'm sorry, it doesn't really show very well because it's not dark enough. But you see it, LaDonna? Okay, good. Yes, so that one does glow cadmium. You're right. So we're at 12, and we can go ahead and wind it down. And if anyone else is interested, this is your chance. Otherwise, we're going to let Pamela have her choice. Don't slip on my boots, blue suede boots. It does sort of have a suedey effect. I always like satin glass because of that. It changes from translucent to almost not, and I just think it's nicely done. It has a nice feel to it to me. So we are just going to give it a few more seconds here. Twist of Fate is at $14. Good to see you, by the way. And we have a lot of nice people in the house again tonight. I'm just so glad to see all of you. And
it's fine to call me Rosie. Everybody does. That's my nickname.
Oh, it took me a long time to stop calling Heidi Rosie, even after we met and spent time together. It's just so ingrained. It's Rosie's Auction House. So you must be Rosie. But I know there's a better story about that.
There is. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take that off of there and write sold, and we'll see where we come out. It looks like twist.
Okay, so Twist of Fate. If you can please let us know if you are interested in the Amberina with the cadmium glow or the blue, then we will set you up. Or if you want both of them, you certainly may have them as well. So we'll just wait to see that. Oh, hey, just so you know, we're getting rain here all of a sudden, so maybe I can send it your way. The turquoise.
Oh,
okay.
please.
Very
the turquoise
good.
is done. Okay, and our backup was Pamela Commons.
Yes, Pamela, did you want the Amberina? Let us know. And if you did, then everybody comes out with something they like. And if not, I'll have to go try to find another blue one for you.
Okay, so it's up for grabs.
Yeah. Okay.
Price. Right, George?
Yes, up for grabs. If anyone wants the Amberina, let me know. And
somebody is going to take that.
It is a nice piece. I like having the labels on them. I know it's not necessary. We know Fenton because it's quality and it's fire polished, and the knockoffs weren't. And they usually say made in Taiwan on the bottom. I mean, they're not hard to distinguish, but it is nice that it's got that. But I'm going to just go ahead and put this one aside. And if anyone decides to claim it, just let us know in the chat.
What was that price, George? Do you remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was $14.
$14, guys. Up for grabs on that shoe.
And I see Les wants it. So very good, Les. Thank you. Okay. I will put that aside.
Okay. So I have these items. I always like to start with the little smaller items. These are Swarovski, whatever. Okay. So we have a little crystally snowman. We have a little Swarovski Santa. We're going to start these out at $5. We have a Swarovski snowflake, retail $75 on that one. Or we have a Swarovski huge snowflake. So you'll get your choice. Let's go ahead and start it at $5 and see where we go. Remember, when we start an item, we always sell at least one, but we're up for at least one. So a lot of times we'll start them low just to get you moving, but we'll always be up for selling one. So I'm going to go ahead and show these to you, and $10 is bid. Here is the little snowman. Okay, these are quite heavy. In the original box, they're great for Christmas time. And get your gifts now. There's the Santa, $10 is bid. Here is the small snowflake. And here is the bigger snowflake. Go ahead, George.
Swarovski.
I can't do it. You know what I mean. All right, $15 is bid. I'll show you one more time, and then we'll do the timer. Oh, Debbie M was first. I'm sorry, Ruthie. Sarah Wrinkle is in at 18. Do you know what the year the snowflakes are? Let me see. No, I don't. I wish I could tell you.
Does it have the little swan mark? Can you tell? It's so faint, sometimes it's hard to see.
I don't know. They're made in Austria. It's just like trying to pronounce Worcester. It doesn't sound like Worcester sauce. I have the same difficulty. Okay, we have $20. We have the snowman, the lovely Santa, or either size of the snowflakes. Okay, and here comes the timer. And let's see where we're at. Okay, it looks like our high bid is $20 with Debbie M. Everybody else is out at the moment. Please watch the clock. No just in cases. You'll get your choice. A bidder can take them all. $20 is bid. 22, Kim Allen. I don't see a metal tag either. I don't know. They're in the box. But I know nothing about Swarovski. All right. 22 is bid. And Kim Allen is our high bid. Hi, Sarah. I see you, but you're lagging a little bit behind Kim. There's only a few seconds left, so get your bids in. Debbie is in at 25. I'm going to take that off and do a sold, and we'll see where we end up. Okay. Okay, we have to count Debbie as the high bidder and go back from there. Debbie is the high bidder, and Kim Allen was the first 22. So Debbie and Kim, and then up for grabs.
Oh, well, no, wait a second. Pamela bid 25 as well. So I think it's Debbie and then Pamela. At least
we always go back from the high bid. But we can do it that way.
Oh, but I'm just saying because it came in before the sold. I don't know. Sorry. You
okay. Yeah, I always go high bid and then back. But it's fine. We'll do it the way you said. Okay, so Debbie, then Pamela. All right. Debbie M, go ahead. We just have to be consistent. We will. Okay. And Debbie, I have done business with you before, I'm sure. So let me know which ones. You can take as many as you want.
Oh, Lisa, you're not seeing all the bids because you have to watch the main screen. That's where it's going to be up to date because this is coming in from about 6 different feeds. So you can't see what the people in the other feeds are bidding unless you just look at the top. And wow, she wants them all. That's great.
She takes them all. Clean sweep. All right. Debbie, I'm going to give them a lot. So it's going to get one number for $100. That just saves me a little bit of book work. So thank you, bidders. I appreciate it. Whoops.
Okay, well, let's see here. It has definitely gotten darker outside. Pretty soon I might be able to do some stuff that glows again. But in the meantime, I thought it would be fun. It's interesting. Summer you think, well, why would I need candles because it's such a formal time? But in Florida and a lot of other places where it rains a lot, summer is dark a lot of the time. And so why not light a candle? And these are Westmoreland candlesticks, and it's going to be your choice here. And let me hold up the first ones first. These are going to start at $10 per pair choice. So $10 is the starting bid. The first one I'll show you is this set. This is ruby red. Boy, I've got to see if I can do something to make the color show a little more true. So bear with me just a minute. I'm going to flip my page over and see. There we go. Now I think you see the color a little bit more truly. It's a very deep ruby red, and ruby red always costs just a little bit more. This is their open lace pattern. And there is the pair, and they're in great shape. There's no cracks on any of the lace, which does happen sometimes. You have to kind of look at these close. And then the other pair are the blue satin twist, and they're a little taller. They're almost, they're about 8.5 inches tall, whereas the other ones are about 4.5 or 5. So we're at 15 with Brenda, I believe, is our first, our opening bid. And so here's the twist in the blue satin.
I've always loved that color. It seems to glow without even putting a light on it. It's just such an electric blue. I love that color.
It is a great color. It is one of my favorites. And I'm sorry, we need to. Okay, just one moment. I'm going to make an adjustment, and that's going to.
While he's working on it, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We have over 200 peeps in the house. So remember, if you are a part of my channel and haven't subscribed to George's channel, please do so. And if you're a member of George's channel, please subscribe to Rosie's Auction House. We would love to have you. Your camera looks incredible, George.
Well, thank you. I just have to try to figure out Okay, just one moment. Sorry about that.
Turn the ISO to 200.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. How's that? Okay.
As it gets,
Okay, I now understand what I have to do. I'm sorry. Thank you, Zeno. I appreciate it.
hold up something
Okay, let's hold this up again.
without the white.
Okay, now let's see. Now our color is true again. Thank you. Okay, I'm learning.
It almost seems like I could reach into the camera and take that out. It's that clear.
Well, the camera is great. It's the operator, me, who's the problem. But yes, that definitely looks more like our true color there. So it's choice between the ruby. Getting a little bit of help. And here are the blue satin. And yeah, I think they're just beautiful. I would have either of these on my table, depending. Or, you know, if you do 4th of July, well, there's your red and blue on a white tablecloth. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. Yes, thank you, Miss Wildlife, for packing patience. It's necessary with me sometimes. I'm a lot better with the merchandise than I am the tech. So I think we're back on track. 17's our high bid. Bonnie Rankin now is at 18. And I'm going to say you just go ahead and start that timer anytime. Yes, Zeno is definitely the CEO of technological operations. He's not here to see or hear that, but believe me, I tell it to him all the time. And hola, Betty. It's nice to have you here too. So we're at $18. We're going to count down. You know, I didn't do, because this is deep red rather than a, yeah, I don't think this one glows, to tell you the truth. And actually this light, boy, my black light, I am just having troubles tonight. That doesn't seem to be working again. So Katie Borton at $20 choice. And we're winding down here. So we'll know in a moment if Katie gets this or somebody else. And it'll be choice between the two sets. Brenda at 21. And just waiting for sold to come up. And then we'll know for sure. Okay.
Oops, there you go.
And I see Brenda, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Brenda followed by Katie.
Okay, very good. So Brenda, you get the first choice at $21. And it's between the ruby or the blue satin. And you wanted the blue. I kind of had a feeling you did, because I have a little feeling for some of what you collect. So, okay. Thank you for the advice, Zeno. I'll try to fix that black light. And if anyone wants the ruby, our backup person was, let me see if I can find my.
The backup person is Katie.
Katie, yes. Katie, are you interested in the ruby? If so, let us know. Otherwise, they will be up for grabs at $21 for the pair.
That's a great deal. And that ruby, does that have any of the amberina color in it? The yellow, does that glow, you think?
I couldn't tell. I'm going to try to fix my black light and then we'll find out. But it looks like she wants it, and I think we're good.
Okay.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
I have something coming up, and I wanted to just welcome a newbie. She came into the house. We're going to acknowledge her. Miss Karen Williams, welcome. You're a first-time watcher. We're so glad you're here. If you have any questions along the way, let us know. So I was out exploring today in the back room, and I found these two pieces. And I was telling George earlier, where did that flashlight go? All week, I've used a flashlight that didn't have a blue light in it. So look at, nothing glows, but look at these two pieces. They glow like crazy. So we have a wheat vase here, and then we have a rose bowl. I don't know anything about them, but you're going to get choice of either one. And here they are. So let's go ahead and choice these out, and we'll start them at $10 just to get you moving. The wheat vase is 8 inches tall, and you can see the double ring. It looks like wheat. I call it a wheat vase. It looks like a wheat vase to me. And this crimped rose bowl is, let's see, 5 inches tall. So we have $10 to start it. We'll sell at least one. And yeah, I could not believe the glow on these. I hope you can see that. It's just amazing. On the vase or the rose bowl. It's kind of got like a splatterware finish. It looks like enamel paint on there.
Yeah, they're interesting. I'm not familiar with those.
I'm not either. I shined a light back there and I mean, look at that. Now, is it true or is it a wives' tale? The stronger the glow, the older the piece.
I think it's a wives' tale. I think it really depends on how much chemical it had in. And there were chemicals they used back in the Victorian era that they don't now that also glow. So I think it's more about the intensity, I think, has more to do with how much was in the batch, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. Frit is little pieces of glass that are fused with the glass. This is not glass. This is paint. So I don't know. I've never seen these before. It's a wives' tale. Darn it, Peter. I thought it was true. Okay. $17 with Steph. And we're going to go ahead and start the timer here in just a second. I'll show you one more time. Look at that. All right, here's the timer. So get your bids in. We'll sell at least one at this price. Oops. Okay, there we go. There is not a ponto on the bottom. All right, either one. 30 seconds and go. Hi, Geneva. Either one. $15 with Steph Rook. Timer is going up. Get your bids in before 30 seconds. $15 seconds to go. I just thought they were interesting. It really did surprise me when it glowed like it did. We have 5 seconds left. $15 is bid. You'll get your choice. Marlene is in at 16. Get in there. It goes fast. I'm trying to get in on the conversation. I don't mean to be so slow. Okay, Steph, would you like one or two?
She says both.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, well, I think we have everything under control again. So let's see. We've done a bunch of glass in a row, so let's do something that's a little different. I'm actually gonna, let's try these. So this is going to be choice again, and we're going to start at $9 again. And the choice is a little different this time because the two items are actually, the thing they have in common is that they both are mostly populated by people who aren't around anymore. And one of them is the Dion Quintuplets calendar from 1944. By this time, they were, I believe, 9 years old, and they were finally being reunited with their family after having lived in Quintland without their parents for a long time. They had kind of a tough life, but they were such a phenomenon when they were born in 1936, I believe. Because, or maybe it was 34, maybe they were 10 years old in this. It's got the original calendar with the little war eagle on the bottom there that says Greetings 1944 and all their little names under it. I just think these are really cute. And I believe there's one Dion quintuplet left with us. And I believe she's got to be in her mid 80s now. And then the other choice is something completely different, which is this. It is a tray, but this is another woman who is not with us anymore because she is the Land of Lakes she sort of doesn't really look Native American if you look at her closely, but she was supposed to be. And then a few years of course, they decided that they needed to take her off because there was concern about it not being respectful. I actually think they did it because of a game that children used to play with the packages, which if you know what that is, you can discuss it in the chat. Otherwise, I won't bring it up in polite company. But this is a nice tin tray. And I see we've got elderly poodle in at 20. And then the calendar is the quints. And yeah, they had a tough time. Yes, they were almost as abused as the Jackson 5. They did not have the happiest life growing up. They were taken from their parents. They became a tourist attraction. It was a tough thing. Land O'Lakes, well, she fared better for a long time. But then when she disappeared, as I heard one wag say, well, they kicked off the Indian and they kept the land. So that's the story of the Land O'Lakes. They don't use that logo anymore. So here we are, $20 with elderly poodle. And I think if you, Annette and Cecile are still alive as of 2023. Thank you. That's great. I knew one was, I wasn't sure if there was another. So, and yes, I do think the Land O'Lakes woman is very, very pretty. So we'll go ahead and set the timer on this and count down. And we have someone on Facebook who has bid 22.
What's your name, Facebook user? I'm only going to take one bid until we see your name. Because I might get you mixed up with somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, we want to make sure the right person gets what they want. So we're going to let the timer run down here. And yes, Pammy Whammy wants to know. I'll just say that it's called Butter Boobs, and we'll leave it at that. And you can look that up online. And it was a very silly game that children learned to play with the Land O'Lakes girl.
New to me. Okay.
Okay.
It is sold.
It's sold, and I think elderly poodle is our high bidder and first choice at 26, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I know which one she likes because of comments she made, but I'm going to let her tell us. Yes, I did not know about the Land O'Lakes game, but another antique dealer I know said, oh, we did it when we were kids. So I'll just leave it to you to look up. Let's see. Elderly poodle. I'm almost sure I know which one you want, but please do let us know for sure.
Okay, so elderly poodle is in at 26, and our backup bidder is going to be Barb. Okay.
She's
all
the
right,
bee's knees. Yes, there you go.
Land O'Lakes.
You got it.
Okay,
Land
Barb.
That's
did you want
great.
the twins, Barb?
Yeah, if anyone's interested in the quints, well, Barb has first choice, but then they are up for grabs if anyone is interested. So I'm going to put Land O'Lakes aside so I can just hold these. Okay. No from our backup.
And what was the price, George?
Well, we had 26 as a bid, but honestly, if someone wants to make a fair offer, they're welcome to. And I'm going to just set this down and I'll just look for it in the chat.
Okay. All right, I have a piece here that I brought because I was coming on with you and things kind of got wonky. We didn't come on. But you had talked about this person.
Ooh.
So this is Sasha, and there are, look at the pebbles sticking out of there. It is so cool. It is signed by the artist. Where is it? Well, it is signed because I saw it right there. It's signed right there. It's a big bowl. I have no clue where to start this at. So, wait a minute, I got a wasp. I got to get it.
This is live and real, folks.
I almost said on that. Hang on a second.
Hi, Laura Ann. It's okay. The party is still rolling on, so we're going to have fun. And the Sasha Brastoff tray, that is a beautiful tray. I love the oranges, and it's very, It's a very strong pattern, more than most of his enamelware was, and that should be late 60s, early 70s.
Yes.
So, and it is Sasha Brastoff, Miss Wildlife. That is right.
Now I have this holder, okay? This is not to go with it, but you can, I mean, it didn't go with it. It's longer burger, but it looks wonderful on there. If you wanted to make a display of it, I thought it fits perfect. So you're going to get them both.
And can you show that signature again? Because someone was asking.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think it's the Sasha B signature.
Yeah,
there
right
it is.
there. So, Cash, let's start this out at 25.
Yeah, because it's large, isn't it? How big is that piece?
It's really big. And I'm giving you the base. If you don't want the base, just tell me and I won't ship it with it. 14.
14 inches. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's substantial then. Yeah, 25 is a great place to start. That's
Okay.
a good piece.
So let me show you again now that the feisty wasp is gone. If I would have sat on him, you would have had a good meal there. I'm telling you. That was close. 36. Hi, Cheryl. So here is the bowl. This is raised. The colors are beautiful. I've had this sitting around for months because I wanted to sell this with George because he had done something with this artist that I had seen. So I saved it. But seriously, if you don't want this, you don't have to have it. But I will send it to you because I thought it was beautiful on there. It looks like it was made to go on there. I don't know. Okay. We have 48 with Stacy. It is gorgeous. Hi, Laura. How are you?
Oh, and can you show the back? Someone's asking. Very good. Condition is good. And yeah, they're usually not marked in on the back at all.
All right. We have 48 with Stacy. When do you think I should put the timer on, George?
Oh, I don't know. People seem to like this, so maybe give them a moment to contemplate. I
Mm-hmm.
really like it. It's interesting. I was with Tiffany from Thrifting Vegas, and we were shopping together in a mall, and she found a big piece like this that was priced well, honestly, in the range that this is, and she was just so excited, and she kept hers.
So he's a contemporary artist. Is he still around?
Oh no, he died in 1993. He wasn't really active after the 70s.
That's very cool. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the timer. We'll wind it down. 55 is bid. Just let me know if you want that stand. So you wouldn't want to put water in here for the birds. Because that's what I was thinking. No. 58,
so.
Stacy Freeman. 62, Miss Wildlife. But seriously, if you were out at Drummy's, it looks so cool on that stand because I'm all orange out here. So this was really neat. I've enjoyed it for a while. 62, Miss Wildlife, 15 seconds. It's going up, up, up. No room in your house. This is what you need to make room for. It's a statement piece. All right, we got a couple seconds left. Stacy is at 64. Oops. Something flew by my window and I put Solix to Stacy Freeman for 60. Oh, Miss Wildlife right after. I'm sorry. Stacy Freeman gets it. Let me double check and make sure, but that's what I see. Stacy at 64. Okay. Thanks, Stace. Thanks, Miss Wildlife.
Okay, let's see here. I am, oh, you know what? These will be fun. Let's do a little bit of Fenton. I went to my mall space in Kentucky today, and boy, am I glad I held these pieces aside. I was going to take them there to sell, and someone had come in and wiped out every piece of Fenton I had was gone. But I had put these aside and a little bit more for the show, and I thought, nope, I'm just going to leave them for this. So these are the Rosaline. I believe that's the right name for the color, yes.
Uh-huh.
And actually, it got a little lighter outside. So let me see, now that I have been educated, if I can turn my light down just a little so that you see the right colors.
I'm telling you, if you want to pick Fenton, you want to come to Teak Stack.
There we go. Oh yeah, I bet there was a lot of nice stuff. Okay, now you can see the color a little bit better. These are actually a little bit pinker than they even show. But it's the choice between the swan and the basket weave bowl. And sorry, let me do this one more time. I really want to try to get the lighting right for you so that you can kind of see where we are with color. Okay, I think that's more true. I'm in front of a window, and because of the storms coming through, the lighting keeps changing, so bear with me. But we're going to start with $9 choice on these. Now, this one has the Fenton label in the oval, which my light might be a little too strong for you to see, but it does not have a number in it, so that tells us this is 1970s, which is about the time that these were being made. And this one also has the Fenton in the oval. But no numbers under them. So these are 1970s pieces, and this is definitely a color that was popular then. I see Pamela in at 15. Stacy and Ruth, you're backups at this point. And
Well,
I just
Rosalie,
always...
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Rosalie, it's hard to photograph because it's a pale pink, and it's got like milk glass mixed in with it.
Yes.
So it washes out when you take pictures of it. But that is a pretty good picture.
It is difficult, it's true. And I remember even in the old days with still cameras, when I was doing the black and white publication that we would send out to our antique collectors from the antique malls, medium like jadeite green, Delphite blue, and this color were always hard to get a good picture of, even in black and white. It just doesn't show as well as it does when it's sitting in front of you. Pauline Pemberton, hi, nice to see you again, is at $30 choice on these. So, and Ruth is at $35 for choice. I do like both of them. I just think that, well, it's such good quality, and we had so much fun at the Fenton convention last year that every time I pick a piece up now, I think about that. And so I just really enjoy looking for it again in a way that I hadn't in a long time. And I was so happy to find not just these, but a couple of other pieces at reasonable prices so we can bring them to you. Ruth is at 35 and is our high bidder, and that's for choice. So I guess if you want to go ahead and count down, everybody else, you know, fair warning, time to get in if you're interested in your choice of these. But the bid is at 35 currently for Ruth Presley. And hello, it's nice to see you, Facebook user. I know I probably should know who you are, but I only see Facebook user. So hello, and good to see you too. So Ruth is our high bidder, and we'll have choice of the swan or the basket weave. These are both about 4.5 inches wide. Pamela Commons at 37 now, our high bidder. So get your bids in while you have a chance. And let me put that up. So Pamela, you are our high bidder now. And we're going to see what happens here. And yes, it is a beautiful color in person. And just waiting to see that sold. And there it is. So Pamela, it is your choice first. And if you only want one of them, then we'll give Ruth the backup. So let us know, Pamela, if you're interested in the swan or the basket or both. Okay, well, both. There we go. Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay. I unpacked this little cutie. He is so cute. And I just unpacked him a couple days ago, and I thought he'd be great for the sale. He's got some floating, glowing stuff inside there. I don't know what that is. It's part of the glass. He's an amberina. He glows cadmium. He's a little donkey, and he has the original sticker on him. Let me see if I can get that in there. I don't have a camera as good as George, but it says genuine Venetian glass made in Italy. So we're going to start him. Oh, he is so pretty. Let me see if I can get white behind him. We're going to go ahead and start the bidding at 15 on this one. So you don't necessarily have to wait for me when I say that if you want to bid. Look at the red and the yellow. It is just gorgeous.
Well, and that is a label you can trust because it's Venetian. They're not trying to say it's Murano, but it's made, I mean, it's Venice is where Murano is. And there's a lot of good glass that's made off the island there as well. And I like this piece.
I do too. He's got red. There he is. Look at that. He glows cadmium. He's the cutest little donkey. His color's amazing. And here is the original label on him. And you see, yeah, it is similar to adventuring, but adventuring is green as far as I know. This is gold. It is so cool. It's really cool, DeCarlo. Starting it out at $15. It's totally glass. There's some really cool effects on this, and he glows cadmium. He glows cadmium. The gold in there also glows, and he's got the original foil sticker. He is so cute. He is in wonderful shape. And Timeless Flight is going to start us, or Timeless Finds is going to start us. Adventuring is gold too. Okay. We have 17 with Timeless. 20 with Eileen. George, Eileen came all the way from New York to be my auction manager at Teak Stock.
Wow. Oh, that's really neat. It was so great that people came from all over. It's just exciting that, and it's really good that you all get to know each other and meet each other too. You know, we get to have fun here, but if you're able to travel and do some of these things, it's just so much fun to be with people who like what you like.
Yeah. We're just keeping our fingers crossed George can make it. Also, if you're coming to Teak Stock, Marshall has their historic home tour. They have at least 10 homes on tour, and you can walk right through them during that weekend. So there'll be a lot to do along with everything that's going on here. That is September 9th and 10th. This little donkey of mine, he's 6 inches across and he's 7 inches tall. Hi, Lori. How are you? $30 is bid with Eileen Thomas. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and count it down. Susie wants to know what part of Kentucky you're from, George. She might come to your sale this weekend.
Oh, that's great. Well, my sale is in Earlington, and that's Western Kentucky. It's the entire, there are going to be sales, yard sales, garage sales, and some antique sales as well, including mine, which is all antique and vintage. And they're all along Highway 41 on Friday and Saturday from Henderson, which is right across from Evansville, Indiana, all the way to the border near Clarksville, Tennessee, which is just outside of Nashville.
That is so dang cool. I wish I could go.
I know. Right. Next year I'll be more organized and I'll invite everybody.
All right. We have about 3 seconds left. And here we go. I'm going to go ahead and sell it, and we'll see where we end up. Lynn, I know Lynn. She's going to get that. Thanks, Lynn. You get that one for $31. Thank you very much.
That's great. I've always liked those pieces. And, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to do... It's funny when you're looking at it. I'm going to do a single item this time. And... it's going to be, oh yeah, this guy's cute. Let's do him. Okay, so I know that we have some dog lovers out there, and I know that when I've had pieces like this before, people have said, oh yes, please bring more of that. So he's starting at $9. This is by the Relpo company. And Relpo was another one of our Japanese importers. You see the label right there. And this would be from about 1970. It's a planter, so you've got the back out there. It's nice and clean. It doesn't look like it ever had a plant in it. So more of a figural piece. Looks a lot like my friend's poodle. And the size on this, Puda, yes, that's right, LaDonna. The size on this one is 8 inches tall, and not surprisingly, elderly poodle likes it. And I see a couple of other folks do too. So we're at $12. What I like about the Relpo pieces, you know, they're relatively lightweight like Japanese ceramics were in that time, but they were really careful about the way they painted the eyes. It's actually got a very soulful expression. And I like the way that they did just a little bit of the brown points on the ears and the muzzle which is, well, that's how the poodles, and even the feet. So all of the points are actually painted in. So they actually made an effort to, you know, they didn't just crank these out and slop them out. They actually tried to do something that had a nice and sort of realistic look to it. It needs dark stains under his eyes. Yeah, that's true. Yes, unfortunately, my friend's poodle has those dark stains and they're hard to do anything with. So we're getting ready to wind down on this. And oh, you had a gray and white poodle. That's really neat. Yeah, my friend's is white with big dark stains under his eyes. And so here we go. If anyone else is interested, but it looks like everybody wants elderly poodle to have this, and it looks like that's where it will go. And that's great because we'll combine shipping with other things. And I do combine shipping on anything. Everything I have tonight is compatible and can be in the same box. We just use a bigger box. So I don't have anything that's so oddly shaped that it has to travel by itself this time. So just winding down here, and I think we know who our winner is, and that's wonderful. And thank you very much. I will put this aside with your tray.
Okay. So I have 2 Victorian pieces here. A little dusty. They all have the twisted handles. They both have the twist handle. These are from the late 1800s, early 1900s. This one is gorgeous. Look at that. These came from an estate out of Cleveland. We call him Robert the Glass Man. And we got his estate a few years ago, and we've been selling it ever since. And I just had my glowy white. And you'll have, oh, here it is. This one glows like crazy. Especially the outside crest. It glows cadmium. This one is, I don't know, they call these Harek or something. I don't know. This one is heavier, and this one has the thorn handle too, and this one has the star design, minus some dust in there. They've been around for a while. You're going to get your choice of either one of them. These are beauties. He collected these, and we're going to start these out at $30. $30, okay? And that's a really good deal. Let me tell you. These are old. Look at the bullseye on the bottom. Okay, $30 is bid. This one has a bullseye. All of Robert's baskets were just a little bit different. He had so many of them. Some of these could have been his mother's. This one is exceptionally heavy. I don't know why. And you see on the bottom the price that he paid. And the tag is yellowed through the years. He probably bought this probably in the 70s. All right, now $40 with Ruthie. This one is swirled. They both have the twisted handle, the thorn handle. Would love to see them make this. They must have a little tool that pulls out all those little thorns. And if the handle is twisted, it's usually worth a little bit more because it's unique and different. This one is exceptionally heavy. I just can't get over it. I don't know if this one glows. Sometimes, yes. See the glow? In some of those flax, it always amazes me with Victorian glass. Just when you think that there's no color in there that would glow, look at that. What color is glowing? But when you put a light on
blue.
it's actually, if you look real close, you'll see a little yellow in there if you look real close. Okay, we have $50. I'm going to go ahead and run the timer down. Here we go. I have a poodle. I have a little poo. He's pretty smart. All right, here we go. Ruthie is in at 50. Now, the one is a little taller than the other. The multicolored one is 10 inches, and the other one's a couple inches shorter, but it's squattier. Looks like butterscotch candy, yes. And there is the bullseye. A perfect bullseye. All right, you will get choice. Ruthie is in at 50. We're about halfway there. Don't wait till the last minute. They're both beautiful. All right. Hi, Queen Mother Dolores. I'm going to come see you soon. All right. Although I told Dolores I'd come out to see her when the weather cooled down for at least 5 days. And Dolores, I looked ahead through August and it's 90 every day. What is wrong with Missouri? All right, Dolores, you're at 60, sweetie. Let me know if you would like 1 or 2. Well, no, that particular one, we have a very strong glass group presence on Facebook, and I think our Facebook people were bidding. Okay, Dolores from Facebook got the yellow, and let me go back and see. I think Ruthie was the backup. Ruthie, you want this one? I'm telling you, sweetie, this one is just really cool. I've had a lot of these, and I've never had one that heavy. Okay, Dolores gets the yellow. Number 57 for me. They're Victorian glass. All right, just waiting for Ruthie. Ruthie. Yes, please. Pretty, please. We have air conditioning and everything.
Oh yeah, we just got air conditioning put in the garage because yeah, you need it. It's it can be a cooker. Although this year's been relatively pleasant.
Oh my goodness.
And LaDonna, I just have to say, I want to see pictures of the orange tabby getting ice from the fridge. That is just that's definitely something different.
Oh, how cool.
Okay, well, I am going to offer a choice of these, and I'm going to do it while I sort of have my black light working. I figured out what the problem is, and here we go. So this is Fenton. It's going to be choice, and I know we're doing Christmas in July, which is not something I usually do, but these happen to be Christmas, but they do glow under the black light. Let me do it from the back, and I think you'll see that there, because it kind of takes... there we go. Yeah, so you can see these glow. They are custard glass. It's going to be your choice. We're going to start these at $12 each. And they are the Christmas. Now, these do have some glass frit on them, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So again, $12 each is going to be the choice between, we're going to call this one the sled and this one the deer. But they were both done about the same time. And originally, back in the 1970s, this one is painted by Carol S. And this was $38.50 when it was new. And it's got the original tag. And then this one is dated 1980, by the way. And then this one is 1979. It does not have its original price tag, but this one is Fenton, hand painted by... I have not seen this signature before. Maybe you recognize it, Heidi. I think it says well, it almost seems like it says Rubicon, but I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be getting out of that. R somebody.
Oh, I do not know.
Yeah, I don't know this person either anyway. So we are at $17 now, and it is choice.
And they glow, guys. They glow.
They do glow. Let me see if I can show that again with just one. Actually, let me try the other one because I am having a little... there we go. Now we can see it a little better. Yeah, there's your glow. And so you're going to have, if you have a black light on it, it's not with the flashlight version, you don't get the same effect. But if you had the black light coming down in a display, then you're going to have this really interesting glow, but you're still going to see the design, which I think is actually a lot of fun.
Yes, and that piece has frit on it. Now the frit, and you can see the frit on there. It's tiny pieces of glass that are fused. It's actually made of glass. The frit is made of glass, and it looks wonderful, just like snow.
Yes, and that's what we have here. And then this one actually has it a little bit too, in these patches that look like ice. It also has frit.
I think that's titled Going Home.
Yes, I think that's right. I think I've seen that before now that you mention it. And
all right.
Oops, let's put this up right. Lou Draper at $18 choice is our high bidder. And nice to see you, Lou. I don't think I've had the pleasure of talking to you before. So thank you for your bid. And yeah, they really are neat looking. I have to say, I'm not usually a Christmas plate guy, but these, yeah, I would have these. Pauline Pemberton is at 20. And yeah, Pee Wee, I agree. At $20, these are a great bargain because, again, if you look at the back of this one sold in 1980, 43 years ago, for $38.50. So they were definitely something that was priced at the time. And the funny thing is, at the time, it was more about the painting. Now it's a combination of that and the fact that they glow. And I just think that's a really neat thing. So Lou is at 22, and if you want to go ahead and do the timer, we can start to wind this down. So this is your last chance, folks. Fair warning, and get your bids in if you're interested in these, because they are going to go. Yep. Everything is going to go tonight. No reserves on anything. So
yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Both of them are beautiful. Hi, Peace, Love, and Thrifting.
Oh, good to see you. Do I have an eBay store and do I recommend it? Well, of course I do, because it's mine. But I have an eBay store. I have to be honest, when I'm not doing listings right now, it's mainly books and sports cards. But I will be adding some other things over the course of summer. And I will be doing, I do for my level 2 and 3 members, I always give them early access, but I do a listing of 20 items on eBay every month. And that comes out to everybody while the bids are still active, unless people have bought things on Buy It Now. So you'll see things there as well. And it looks like it is sold. And let's see who our chooser is. I think it's Monica Shadowins LaPointe, if I'm reading this correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so Monica, please let us know. Would you like both of them at $24 each, or do you prefer one over the other? And then we will, if she takes one, then someone else, she wants both. I kind of thought that might happen. Well, thank you very much. And I don't think that we've met before, so please do send an email to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. And
George and I both, don't we, George? We want to thank everybody. We have 228 pieces.
That's
so
great.
Give us a thumbs up. And if you have subscribed to George's channel and haven't mine, please do so. We'd love to have you, and vice versa. It's time to do it.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Here we go. So I have something, and I don't know if you're going to be as thrilled with this as I am. I was showing George in the beginning of the show today. I picked this up. I want to keep it. But it is so stinking cool. If you are a fan of the $6 Million Man, as I am, very much a fan, this is a movie projector. And when you look inside of this and crank this, you see the crash and the creation of the Bionic Man. It is so cool. Da 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 da. It's work. So I would like to start this at 30. And the only one I saw that, and I don't usually compare prices, but on something like this, I don't even know what to do, but it is so cool. That was like half of what they sell for. So if we have a $30 opening bid, I will sell him Lee Majors.
Now, is that red piece interchangeable? Because I think there's other movies you can get once you have the device that you can collect too.
Yes, and this is from Universal Studios from 1973, and it is just the coolest toy. I like any kind of toy from the 70s that, of course, I played with, and $6 Million Man was my heartthrob.
I have to admit, I was a Bionic Woman fan for the same reason.
Any interest in this? The condition is very, very good. I'm telling you, it is in wonderful shape. I actually picked it up at Jamie's Flea this past weekend, and I was ecstatic with it. So $30, if you are interested in this, it is in pristine shape. It looks brand spanking new. And when you look through here and turn it, You'll see inside there the whole movie. What about Daryl? What about Daryl? Oh, you think, oh, Daryl. I know what you mean, Linda. There's only there's only one Daryl left. It's a long story. It's a long story about Daryl. Daryl's gone. Okay. Anybody interested in that? I'm gonna pass it if we can't start it at 30. I'll leave it out here for you guys to watch and when you come. Okay, let me do a last chance. We'll give you a moment here. I'm not too shook about it. Daryl is mine. Yeah. Daryl actually slept with Eileen at Teak Stock. And she decided that she liked him so well, she took him home. And when she took him home, everybody wanted Daryl. And so I had probably 30 inquiries about Daryl, and Daryl is in everybody's house now. At Teak Stock, we had Walking Dead Daryl on a motorcycle bike. It was a blanket. So I was wrapped around Daryl all weekend. But it's a long story, but hey, we all know it. You have to have been there. All right, I'm going to keep old Lee Majors here.
Well, yes, you said it had hippie vibes. I didn't realize it was that. Wow, yeah.
It was a funny joke. Poor Daryl, all his cuddling, and you sold him. I know, PJ.
Well, that is, I have to admit, I love the toy stuff. It's a particular collector, but boy, it is really fun.
Yeah.
However, I know we have a lot of glass fans in the house. This is going to be a choice, and it's two kind of different things, but they both have a modern feel. So I thought they'd be fun to put together, and we'll see who likes what. One of them is a fairy lamp. This is Park Avenue by Anchor Hawking. And I collected this pattern because they released it in the 80s as a go-along that was basically reviving Manhattan from the 30s. And I always collected Manhattan. What was great about Anchor Hawking is they made sure that if they made new pieces in the Park Avenue line, that they were not exactly the same or they were a different color. So this is, the color is the Manhattan pink, as you see, like depression glass. But the shape and the form of the fairy lamp was not something that they had done at that time.
Are we going to start these at 9?
We are going to start these at 9, yes.
Okay.
So $9 is your starting bid. In the pink, it's a lot harder to get. They mainly made them in the clear, but there were enough people who were the collectors of the old depression glass who said, hey, why don't you make it in pink? That they went ahead and did some of them in pink. You don't see it as often. I have had a clear one in my collection for years, and I have to admit I was kind of tempted to keep this, but I'm being good. Miss Wildlife's at 15. Now the other piece in the choice, this is Viking glass, and this triangle with the bullseye, I know there's a particular name to this pattern, and I'm ashamed to say I can't remember it right now, but this is a nice little compote. It measures about 8 inches tall. And it is a wonderful Capri blue color. So we basically have a couple of really happy sort of pastel-y spring colors here. I see Miss Wildlife at 25. This is for choice. So if you like one and not the other, we'll go ahead and get in on the bid because you're only obligated to take what you want. And then our backup will get the choice of the other one. Or maybe somebody likes both of these things. They both have a modern feel in terms of the era they were made and the patterns. But this one, of course, is a more traditional look. And then this one is a fairy lamp. And we know people have been pretty gaga about fairy lamps for a while. And I have to say, I really like this one. Capri blue is the color of glass that I collect for my drinkware. And I collect this pattern. So, you know, I have to admit, that's why I thought I'm going to put them together, even though they're not really the same. Miss Wildlife is at 35 for choice and is the high bidder. And I just think there's something about this color. It's just such a pretty blue. It reminds me of the ocean in a tropical place. And then this I just really like. Again, you know, I'm going to work on the color here. But this is sort of a peachy pink. I think you can see it pretty well there. Yeah, there we go. Now you get the color right. And we're going to go ahead and run the timer. So we're at 35. It's last chance, fair warning. And Okay, Lynn's going to pass on the 35, so we're just going to see if anyone else is in there, and then we will let our high bidder take choice, and we'll go from there. Ah, Vicky, is it Wyke or Wiki? I'm sorry, I haven't met you before, so I don't want to massacre your name, but I don't know how you pronounce it. It's so funny. I have a 5-letter last name, and people mispronounce it all the time, so I feel your pain. Miss Wildlife at 43, and we're right down to the end here, so we're gonna see what happens when we put in sold.
All right, so let's see. I love the pattern on the blue too, Karen. I see Miss Wildlife.
Miss Wildlife, it is your choice, and please let me know which piece that you like. Wyke is in Mike. Okay, Vicky, thank you. I appreciate that. So we're going to wait for Miss Wildlife, and then the fairy lamp is for her. Okay, very good. Thank you. I will put that aside. And was Vicky our backup bidder?
Yes, Vicky is our backup bidder.
Okay, Vicky, if you are interested in the Viking piece, let us know, and we'll put that aside for you. Otherwise, it will be up for grabs, and I think we're at 43, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, 40. Let me make sure. Yep, $43 if you'd like that.
Okay.
Let's see. What do you think, Vicky? Let us know before we offer it up to anybody or everybody.
Hailing in Northwest Montana. Yeah, we walked by a car the other day, and it had all sorts of little hail dents in it. So I thought, wow, that's a crazy
We were
point.
in a hailstorm last week. We just missed a tornado.
Oh.
And we went down the toll road. Yes, please. Yes, please.
Oh, that's great. Your husband's from New Martinsville, where this was made. Well, that is awesome, Vicky. Thank you. And I know we haven't met, so please do send your email to me at theantiquenomad@gmail.com. And I'm sorry, go on with the tornado story. Having been through one, I know how scary that is.
Well, we were out to dinner, and we came back. We noticed every screen in the house, the people that we were staying at had big holes in it, and a tornado had gone through not very far away. And for 2 miles of the toll road, every one of the electric power lines was snapped in half.
Wow.
And it wasn't a super huge one, but no warning. The phones didn't even have an alarm on them. My little flip phone did. But it was amazing. It came so quick. 2 inches of rain and just like lickety split. But
so scary. Yeah. Oof.
It is. All right, we're gonna do Choice Roseville. So I have these 2 pieces. They're about the same size. And George might have to help me with the pattern. This looks like a clematis.
Clematis, I think. Yep.
Okay, this has kind of a little glossy, just a little bit. This is Roseville, USA, 103.6 inches. And then this one is, I don't remember, Freesia? No,
Freesia, yes.
Okay, this one is Freesia, and this one's a little higher, Roseville, USA, 120-7. We're going to do choice, and we'll start them out at 25. I will sell at least 1. So this one is the little smaller one in blue, and blues are so popular in Roseville. It's in wonderful condition, and you can see how pretty this one is.
Yeah, I like that side where the leaves wrap underneath.
Yes. I like this look anyway. It's just really deco-y. I don't know, I like that. And then of course this one is a very popular pattern. This one comes in brown and in blue. We have $25 bid, and this is the old Roseville, USA. And let me collect some bids here. Please measure. Okay.
So actually, Lynn, on Roseville, these pieces, that last number is the measurement. So the one that said 7 is your 7-inch. That's one great thing about the Roseville marks. So you know right away the size. So the dash and then 6 is 6 inches.
Somebody put a little heart on there, and it looks like it's a broken heart. I don't know. Maybe there's a story on this one. Maybe this was given to somebody as a boyfriend or girlfriend gift, and they got their heart broke. Who knows? I don't know. And then this one, $35 is bid. And this one, see, it has the probably the item number and then the size, 7 inches. Hi, Leona. $40 is bid. So you'll get your choice of either one, or you can take both. $40 is bid. They're in great condition. You always really want to check any pottery pieces. There are some masters at hiding flaws. These looked, I don't see any issues at all with either one of them. $40 is bid. Facebook user, let us know who you are. Just put your name in front of your bid. I'm going to go ahead and start winding it down. And Katie is at 40. I think that's a good price for either one of these. They are awesome. When we sell choice, we're always up for one. It's our decision whether we let the other one go. This is at 40 with Katie. And we have about 20 seconds left. This is one I don't know. If I had to choose, I do not know which one I would choose. 42 with Christine Gross. 44 with Christine Smith. And we have 4 seconds left. So nice to see everybody tonight. Okay. And Katie, okay, we see your bid, Katie, but you're going to have to get in there before the sold a little higher. And it looks like you did. Let's look and see. Christine Smith was at 44. Katie hurried and put in another bid of 45. So it looks like Katie Borton, followed by Christine Smith. That is the change. And Katie, you got my email to message me in the beginning. If you didn't let me know, you are the winner at 43, or 45, Katie. You can take one or two. The blue or the brown? Okay, both times 2, clean sweep, awesome.
Well, you know, it's funny because I was just thinking I'm going to put up my Roseville lot, and then you put up yours. So you know what? I'm going to do it anyway because we have a bunch of people who like Roseville. I have the same thing. It's going to be choice. These are the only 2 Roseville pieces I have tonight. And I guess we'll start them at 25 like you did. Why not? And here's the choices. I will talk about this one. Actually, let's talk about this one first because this one follows what we were just talking about, because this one is the nice water lily. It's got this great Art Deco design. It's sort of a blue-green color. And if you notice on the bottom, it's got the Roseville, USA, and it's a little hard to read, but it's a number 439-6 inches. So this is 6 inches wide. And so that is the piece. It's in great shape, no crazing or chipping or cracks of any sort. This one doesn't have a heart, but it does have an H on it, which would have been your decorator, the person painting this. And the reason they did that is because they had to come back to you if something was going wrong, like, oh, your colors are off or your glaze is wrong, or we've got to give you a different batch. They had to be able to tell where the problem was. So that's why you have the decorator mark as well as the factory mark. Now here's the other piece. This piece.
I wanted to put your email up there.
Oh, thank you.
I think I spelled it right. It's just the antiquenomad@gmail.com. So you can screenshot that and we'll be all set.
That's awesome. Thank you. Yes, Linda's at 25 and she's our first bidder. Now this piece is a hanging basket. And this is an exception to the rule on Roseville. This is the gardenia pattern. If you think of the little old lady from Pasadena, she has a house with white gardenias. Well, these are gardenias. However, this one, because it hung, you could attach pins to these holes here, and then it would hang. And because of that, there's no bottom to put the information on. So you just have to know your Roseville. You can tell by the pattern and the clay, and it's in all the books. Also in here, I want to point out, see these white marks in the bottom? Those are called spider marks. And that's because they had these little stilts. When this was in the kiln, obviously, when it was sitting there, they couldn't let it the glaze just attach to the kiln or the piece would break when they took it off. So they had to turn it over and put it on these little stilts and let it cool down and then break the stilts off. And that's why you have 3 little marks on the inside. And so that is not damage, and people get confused about that sometimes. So I wanted to show you that. So when you see these hanging baskets, you'll understand why they've got marks on the inside, but no mark that says Roseville. So those are our choices. We're at $37 choice right now with Lynn. And I think they're both neat in different ways. I should tell you the measurements because this one doesn't have a mark. So let me tell you what it is. This one is about 7.5 inches wide, about 5 inches deep, and about 6 inches from front to back. And I think the hanging planters are really neat because you can, well, obviously you can hang them. So if you have a pretty advanced collection already and you're saying, gee, I don't know where to put another piece, well, this piece could hang from a nice chain. Also, it's fun to have hanging planters. It was very popular in the 40s to do this so that you'd have, you know, a nice thing spilling over the side coming out of it if you use the piece. This piece, I think maybe had a plant in it once. This I don't think has ever been used for anything, but it's nice because it's a bowl, so it's versatile. So we're at $40 with Vicki Wyke. I know your name now. Thank you, Vicki. And let me pull these back so you can see both of them. And I just think that they're really cool. I've always liked Roseville. It's good quality, and it seems like because the prices came down off of the huge, it got really, really run up at one point. And now that the prices are back in the realm of reality, a lot of new people seem to be collecting it, and they should because it's great stuff. So we have another $40 bid, Chris Sullivan, but you already had their Vicki Wyke was already at 40, so you'll have to put a higher bid in if you want this. Chain worries me with pottery. Well, honestly, I would probably use, maybe some, nowadays we have so many nice little things you can do. I mean, even when I bought this, it was hanging and they had used zip ties so it wouldn't chip here, and then they hung the chain from the zip ties. But I've also seen people use like cord or something jute. Else. Yes, or jute, exactly. Yeah. So lots of options. We've got 2 bids at 40, but we've only got one who is the first bidder at 40. So this is fair warning, folks. It's time to get your bids in because these are going to sell, at least one of them, and possibly both, depending on who takes what. So Pauline Pemberton is at 45. Cecil, yes, that's a good idea as well. All of those things. 47 for Vicki. Yeah, I think they're really fun pieces. I like selling these this way because you can really see how it works. When you put it in a store, unless you have a chain, you end up putting it upside down, and then everyone's like, what is that funny hat? And it doesn't really fit me because I'm a 7.5. So Diana, hi, good to see you. I haven't seen you for a long time. Well, I haven't seen anybody. We haven't had a sale I haven't done a show since spring started, and we had the sale on the first day of spring. So it's great to be back.
We're going to have one before the first day of fall.
Yes. Oh, I think that's a great idea. Okay. And I think that Diana, $49 is our top bidder. So Diana, let us know which one of these is of interest to you, or both. And then if there's one left, we'll send it off to to whoever the backup bidder is.
Vicki.
Which I think was Vicki. Yes, that's right. So let's see here. Just going to give Diana a minute to let us know. The hanging planner is for Diana. That's great. That's a great piece. And Diana's got great collections, so I think that'll be fun with it. Vicki, are you interested in the 6-inch water lily bowl?
I love the shape of that one.
I really do too, especially those handles, the way they point out like that. It just gives it a flair that it wouldn't necessarily have had otherwise.
Water lily must have been popular at one time because Fenton did a lot of water lily stuff too. I love the water lily flower. She
I
said
do
sure.
too. And oh, thank you. That's great. Well, good. We'll double up on that shipping for you. And yes, Fenton did water lily, and Hull did a bunch of water lily, some really pretty pieces. So,
Oh yes, yes, you're right.
actually, my storehouse is in this little town called Earlington, where I'm having the sale this weekend. And I drive by this lake, and in the summer it fills with water lilies. It's really neat.
Oh, so pretty. Okay, and Vicki, if you need his email again, theantiquenomad@gmail.com. All right. All right. So I have something. This is Fenton, and I'm putting this up because we're nearing the 4th of July, and you can have an instant collection here. And these are red, white, and blue. And I don't know if these are coin dot or coin spot, but you're going to get your choice, and they're going to start at 25, and I will show you them and why I put them up. So you can get the coin dot in red. You can get the coin dot in white. Or you can get the coin dot in blue. It looks white on my screen. I have the night screen on. So this is blue opal. And you will get your choice. They'll be selling at least one. But we'll see if the price is right. You can have up to whatever color you want here. So these are Fenton. These are pre-logo pieces, and we'll start them at 25. So coin dot or coin spot, and these are 6 inches. They're all from the same mold, and they all display the different colors. This is the cranberry. This is the blue opal, early Fenton, and this is the French opal, which is white. And Tammy's going to start us off at 25. Perfect if you want to start a collection. These come in other colors, but these are the popular ones. I think it also comes in green, and I don't know.
Oh, you've got the whole 4th of July right there.
Yes, yes. And we always call these Thousand Eyes because if you look in here, you'll see all the other dots on the other side. It's kind of mesmerizing. And they all have that, and they're gorgeous. And you could put tea lights in them, and they would be beautiful with tea lights on them. We have tea lights in these at Tea Stack. 27 with Debbie, 28 with Tammy.
And how tall are those again?
They are 6 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide. You lost your internet connection. What's going on, Sherry? You got some bad weather? It's kind of weird here tonight. We have been having fire smoke for like 3 weeks. It's just weird weather.
Oh, you're still having that. Yeah, the rain finally washed ours out. It's been terrible.
Yeah. All right, Barb Ramsey is in at $30. Melissa, I see your 30, but we already have that. I may just sell one now. We always have that option when we put up choice of selling one. 32 with Melissa. Bad storms in Kentucky. We don't want to talk about bad storms. And here is Melissa Ash, 32. Does that event, when you were in that tornado, George, does that still just, I can't imagine living with that afterwards. I would be just on edge all the time.
It's strange driving through the part of town that isn't there anymore. That's the weirdest part of all.
But are you jumpy with any weather?
Yeah, I learned a lot from that. Yeah, I learned that I don't have good instincts as in an emergency. I thank goodness the neighbor said, get in the basement now. But because my idea was, oh, let's run. And the place we would have run to got hit by it too.
Yes, I visited George last fall, and it is amazing. So everybody stay safe, heed the warnings, keep your emergency numbers on your phones so that you will know. And don't just take it for granted that it's going to be okay, because
sometimes it isn't.
I know. 36 with Melissa. DeCarlo, I see you're 34, but Melissa is already at 36. We have a lot of people bidding, so I'll show them once again. Also, too, remember to subscribe to both of our channels. We always have live events, different things coming on, and you don't want to miss anything. So subscribe to the channel, and we would both appreciate it if you did. Yeah, $36 with Melissa Ash. And I'm going to go ahead and start the clock here on the red, white, and blue. You're going to get, you know, your choice. So here is the timer. Yeah, it is a good deal. Here is the cranberry. Here is the blue opal. And here is the French opal. $37 is bid. Get in there. 39 with Melissa Ash. We have about 20 seconds left. I see you, Barb, but you were a little slow. DeCarlo, you're out at the moment. Normally when we sell alone, we don't have the timer going, but it helps us keep things moving along. So when we team up here, we usually use it. So you got to be on your toes. Maybe you might want to refresh once in a while, keep you up to par. Hi, Sean. All right. Melissa Ash is our winner at $42. I hope you take a clean sweep. Maybe you already have one color. Let us know, Melissa. And Melissa, I know you're from Facebook. Okay, have we done business before? Just let me know which ones you'd like. You are the winner at 42. You can clean sweep them if you want. I'm going to let them go. Hi, Sean. The blue and the red. Okay. Oh, I was going to say, thank you. Clean sweep to Melissa. Melissa, we've done business before. If we haven't, you can PM Heidi Ann Brown on Messenger or email Rosie's Auction House. Just let me know. And George.
Okay, well, this next piece, I thought I should bring one other piece of porcelain because I have been rediscovering porcelain lately. I got a big collection of some really fancy European porcelain that I'm selling, but it's made me appreciate porcelain in general. It's cooked at a higher temperature than the earthenware, so it's thinner. It's it tended to be styled in really graceful ways, and oftentimes it's hand painted, as in the case of this piece. This is starting at $9. So $9 is the opening bid. Now this piece is 1930s, and it was made in Japan, and it has a small mark from a company with an S. This company ISI. This company, to my knowledge, did not survive the Second World War. And so this piece is 1930s. It came from an estate here in Kentucky, and it was the lady's in her 80s, and this was her mother's piece. And I just thought it was really well done. It's got nice gilding, nice gold paint on all of the handles and the rims. So it's got a little bit of an Art Nouveau feel, even though it came out about 20 or 30 years after the Art Nouveau period. It definitely feels like that kind of thing. I'm going to try to turn my, again, the light has changed a little. So let me turn down my, so you get the color, because you can't really see how pink those roses are. There we go. So here we go. Hi, Gritty Grat. Nice to see you. Yes, so $9. It's also a nice sized piece. And let me see what the measurement is. It is, yeah, 8.5 inches tall and about 6 inches at the handles. I like where they've done this little bit of Rococo, this lacing here, this sort of almost like fretwork on a house. And
word of the day. Word of the day. What did you call that?
Well, I called it lacing and fretwork, but that's not really exactly right. I'm just comparing it to house architecture. I know there's a name for this, and I can't remember what it is, but it has it on the back as well. And that's what's nice about these pieces, too, is that they were made so that they would look good either way, because they figured that you might be putting this on a hall table or a stand where you would be walking around the back. And you can always tell the quality of a piece by whether it's finished on the back or not. Because if it was done fairly cheaply and they just figured you're just going to stick it against the wall, then it'll be very pretty on one side and then nothing on the other side. But when you have some detail, it's because they thought through it a little bit. Lattice, thank you, Diana. Yes, lattice work, of course. That's what I was trying for. I'm so glad that somebody here, I'm a little rummy tonight, so I'm glad somebody here, thank you, Diana, for that word. Yes, it is lattice. Connie Torres is at 18 and is our current high bidder. And, you know, this is one of these where it's not by Dresden or Meissen or some really, really, really expensive porcelain maker, but it's got so much attention to detail. You can really see it in the roses if I get it up there a little bit closer. You can see the depth and how they're nice and pink in the center, like open roses really are. So I just thought it was a very sweet piece that somebody would enjoy having. And it looks like that's true because a bunch of folks, we've got Christine at 22. I know a couple of Lynn now at 24. So I'm going to let you take a look at this a little bit more. And I personally like these squared off handles too. It's this is something that is evocative of 1920s work. So even though this was done in the 30s, it's got elements of a little older era than what it is. And I do think it's a sweet piece. Thank you. Yes, I thought it was neat. Lou is at 26. Christine is at 30. And the Japanese, yes, the Japanese really, you know, we see a lot of sloppy stuff from the 30s that was done very quickly. And people, I remember when I was a kid, would talk about, oh, Japanese stuff is cheap. And they meant like inferior. That wasn't really true. They made some really, really great stuff. I mean, look at all the Noritake porcelain that was so finely painted. So, and yes, I like it. It's a little bit elegant, but it's not overdone. So Connie's at 32. I know there's several of you bidding, but I think we'll, oh, and Lynn, it is 8.5 inches tall. But I think we'll go ahead and start the timer here. So fair warning, get your bids in now on this piece because someone's going to end up with it. And can we see the back? Yes, Betty, there is the back again. So the back is, it's a little more simple, but it's, again, it's Rococo, meaning, you know, it's a Rococo revival. So it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's not trying to be. It's trying to be a little more interesting by being asymmetrical. And there you've got the lattice on the back. So that's the back. This is the front. And it looks like we're getting close to the end of our bid here. And it even looks good from the side. I wish I looked good from every angle. That's a nice thing to have.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and I think I see who our winner is, but we'll see the sold. And yes, Christine Gross. Well, thank you very much. I think it's a lovely piece and you'll enjoy having it. And Christine, I don't think we've been acquainted before to my memory. So again, I'm the antiquenomad@gmail.com.
Yes, the antique nomad at gmail.com. It's easy for both of us. Mine's rosiesauctionhouse@gmail.com. So if you need that, just let me know and I'll post that up there. And we're going to go ahead and do another Roseville choice. And this pattern is super cool. I thought this was the same pattern, but maybe it's not. It's the same style. This is Roseville 734, 8 inches. And it's just cool.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's the silhouette pattern from the 40s. I don't see a lot of that.
Yeah, the shape of this is very cool. So there's two choices here. This is the first one. And again, it says 8 inches, but I'll make sure. Sometimes it's a little bit bigger, but this one, yeah, a little bit bigger than 8, but not much. And then this matches with it, kind of, but this is a choice. And these are the silhouette candlesticks. Okay. Now the pattern is different, but if you wanted to put them together, you'll see just a faint little bit of green there. So they would look very pretty together. But you're going to get choice, and we'll start these at 25. Hello, Gritty Gret. So we're going to start it at 25 for the silhouette pattern, and George said these are from the 40s. In great condition. It's kind of got a pattern in relief here. This is a beautiful ecru color. And then you have the light green, just a pale green. That might be hard to see on that. This one actually has a flower and it looks almost like a daffodil. I'm not sure. You judge for yourself. There it is. And then these, what a unique shape these are. These are also a green, and the second choice is for the pair of candlesticks. This has the leaves on it. This would be great in a cabin. And I don't know what that sticker is there, but that is the bottom of the candlesticks. If you had kids, you would be telling them to buy this for an investment. Oh, you know what? It's really interesting. I did a short this week. Jamie's Flea Market is my favorite flea market in Amherst, Ohio. And there's a dealer there. Her name is Nina. And I just did a short, and she was telling me how the kids are enjoying glass. And by kids, I mean, she said she had just had a customer that they were 25, and they are good customers of hers buying glass. And they came in the day I was there to buy for their brother or sister who was 2 or 3 years younger. So that is very encouraging.
Yes.
All right, $25 is bid with Stacy. This is from the 40s. There's the hallmark on the bottom of that. And here's the hallmark on the ecru piece. 28 for choice with Stacy. They love, I guess the younger generation loves paperweights right now. And she told me the colors. I can't remember, but I posted the short. So if you subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see that little short. It was interesting. Jamie's Flea Market is not far from me and has been in Amherst about forever. Jamie's Flea Market is the best flea market in the entire world. It's Wednesday nights and Wednesdays and Saturdays, and they have the world famous snoodle in the bakery. And George, if you're ever in the area and you want to meet up at Jamie's, I would love to show you Jamie's.
Oh, I'm excited already.
Yeah, it's really cool. You would like it. It's a little bit east of or west of Cleveland. All right, 32 with Lisa. And snoodles are only the #1 pastry in the state of Ohio. All right, I'm going to go ahead and start counting this down in just a second. Now, Lisa Cooper is at 32. Stacy and Lou, you are trailing behind. Jamie's is one of those that the vendors just come out of nowhere. A lot of times they're selling out of their trunk, and their permanent vendors are always good too. It's just an old-time flea market. You wish you could tag along, probably an hour west of Cleveland. Snoodles are yummy. They are more than yummy. I dream about snoodles. All right, here we go. 32 with Lisa. Here is the one. See, there's a little green there. 32 is bid, or the pair of candlesticks in this beautiful shaped base. Very beautiful. Different for Roseville. You might not recognize this at Roseville as Roseville here, a new collector, without looking at the bottom. All right, we have about 20 seconds left. It's not the typical look. It's very modern looking. 32 with Lisa. We have 10 seconds left. What time is it? He rings the bell. All right. Whoa, everybody tried to come in at the very end there. Stacy Freeman, followed by Becky Jackson. Okay, I don't know. It's weird. The feed is weird. They all came in at once, so I don't know if we're having an issue with that. But the winner is Stacy Freeman. So Stacy, let me know which ones you'd like. You can take them both if you want. The vase, okay. And our backup is a Becky. Wait a minute. Yes, our backup is Becky Jackson. That's a good price. I'd take that, Becky. We got some weird noises going on. You know what? I'm going to let them go. I shouldn't, but I will. If anybody wants these, you can grab them. And the price is, let's see, I think the price is $34. Yep, $34 if you want those. Just grab them. All right. Let me move you over, George. Get over here. There you are.
Okay. I see a question from Pee Wee. Murano glass chandelier for auction. The arms are broken, but the glass insert parts are still there. Should I bid on it? I mean, it really has to do with price and what you think you can do with it. And can you live with it being as is? Can you hide the damage? Do you need it for parts? I mean, it's kind of an individual thing. I have to admit that I'm leery about things that are not totally perfect, but since you brought that up, this little piece here, which I'm going to show next, is speaking of totally perfect or not, I have to be honest. I keep thinking, and I'm going to show you. This is the base. This is a Fenton fairy lamp. This is my next item I'm going to show. And I feel like one of these little tips might have, it could just be rough from the way it's finished. No, I think right there. I think there is a tiny, tiny little flea bite on this one tip here. So for full disclosure, I want to tell you that. So this is Fenton. It is custard glass. It will glow in the dark. It's going to be choice between that and this bell, which is a 1979 Another Christmas piece that has no damage at all, which is why you heard a bell in the background. Sorry about that.
Okay, so I just want to tell Katie that, Katie, thank you for your offer, but Pauline was first on the candlesticks. Okay.
Okay. So let's see here. Can I get this to work now? Yes, there we go. And there is our glow. So they do definitely glow. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to see if I can get away with this for 1 second. See if that'll make the glow show more. There you go. You can see it in the base more. So this one is absolutely a glower and a shower. And here is the bell. These are going to start, it's going to be choice. We're going to start them at $15 each. And so there is this piece. Choice $15. They are both custard glass by Fenton. They both glow under a black light. You can see the glow there. And I'm going to turn this light back on so that we have enough light to see them in their regular. There we go. So it's choice at $15 each. We've got Sherry in at $20 for choice. The bell is 1979. It was hand painted by Marilyn Wagner, and it's a full signature.
Oh my gosh.
Tell me about Marilyn Wagner.
Marilyn Wagner is one of the most sought after Fenton artists. This is Marilyn Wagner, guys, and this is Frit. She is like second in the chain of Fenton artists behind Louise Piper. So that makes, when you are looking for signatures, it makes a huge difference who is on the bottom. Marilyn Wagner has quit painting. She's still around. Her stuff has skyrocketed. She actually has dementia now. She painted for years with macular degeneration. Her earlier stuff is beautiful. You're going to find some stuff later that isn't. But even the stuff that isn't good is collectible. I mean, she is it. And when you said that, I'm like, holy smokes. And it doesn't really matter that maybe this bell was painted by 5 or 6 different artists. The fact that it has Marilyn Wagner on the bottom makes it worth double, at least, right, guys? At least double of what it would be for another artist.
Well, thank you for that. I'm so glad. I know you know the artist really well, and I knew that it was a full signature and that she was good. I didn't realize she was right up there behind Louise Piper. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. She is just incredible. And she, oh my gosh, what a funny lady. I should pull up the interview I had with her a couple years ago. Just the sweetheart. And she was just a wonderful gal. She still lives down in the Williamston area, but she is in an assisted living home. Okay, 46 is bid. So you want to look at that signature. Louise Piper, of course, our own Trudy Mendenhall, is very popular. Michael Dickinson. Michael
Yes.
Dickinson. Yep, he is one to look for too. How does Tom Fenton fit in line with the artist? I don't know which. I don't recognize that name, DeCarlo. Okay. Our first 50 was with Sharon Carter. A lot of times the Fentons will sign the piece with the artist, and you'll see that. A lot of times you'll see the signature is etched, which means it might have been during a signing event or something.
Yeah, I
Really
saw someone in the chat saying that they met one of the Fenton family recently. I got to meet George Fenton. That was the only one of the family I've met so far.
Yeah. Well, it's at 50. You want to start counting it down, George?
Sure, that sounds great.
Now we've got 3 people at 50, so get in there.
Yeah, this
Here's
is
your
it.
chance.
So let us know.
Unadvertised, right, George?
That's right.
Who was the generation at the Fenton show you had last year? We had
Well, that was Dave
we had
Petty.
Dave Fetty. Yeah, Dave Fetty
Mhm.
didn't paint, but he was a what do they call it? I don't know. He works with glass. There's a name for it.
Yeah, he's a master glass blower at this point, I
yes.
would say. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave is still blowing glass. 55. Of course, don't overlook the fairy lamp. It's very popular and it's a glower.
Oh yeah, they both are. But yes, I'm very happy that you were able to tell us a little more about her. I didn't realize that she was still alive. That's very interesting.
Yep. All right. Ooh, Sharon Carter jumps in there at 58.
Sharon's got good taste, I have to say. I've seen her buy some neat stuff before. So Sharon, let us know which one you like, and then the other one will be available to our backup. Unless you want both, in which case we'll just take care of it that way. Yeah, there's some good online references that can tell you would like the bell. Very good. And Monica, if you're interested in the fairy lamp, let us know. Otherwise, it'll be up for grabs.
How many more pieces you got, George?
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could do as many as 5 more lots, but I know time is also a constraint. So you just tell me what time you have, and then
Don't matter to me.
Neither of us ever have time. I realize that. You'll pass. You have 2 already. Okay, the fairy lamp is up for grabs. I think so. If anyone is interested, let me know in the chat. And yeah, I've got 4 or 5 more lots easily. So.
Oh, Dolores said
Dolores
she'll take
would
it.
like the lamp. Okay, thank you, Dolores. I appreciate that.
Okay. I love this kind of pottery. I really, really, really love this type of pottery. I almost kept it. It has been in Drummies for about a year now. It's Weller and it's glossy and it is just beautiful. I don't know much about this. I know I collect this, and I just love the glaze. It's just gorgeous. It almost looks like the flower is real. There is the hallmark on the bottom, and it's Weller. I'm sure there's a name for this pattern. I want to start it at I'll start it at 25. I think we have one little flea bite on it, right there. It's a little one, but there is the flea bite. Otherwise, I probably would have started at 50. It's beautiful. It's 3 feet, and it's got like a clover top. I know, you can't believe I'm selling this, I know. 5 inches tall, and there it is. It's got a little nick. It's smaller than a gnat's ass. It's right there. You can see it right there. It's hard to see, but it's right there. It's beautiful. Is there any interest in that one? Isn't that pretty?
It's neat that it's such a large flower and an all-over design. They're usually a small flower with a large brown background, so that one definitely stands out.
Yes, and it does have the flaw, but you're really not going to see it. It's beautiful. I've kept it for so long because I just love the warmth of it. I don't know how to explain it. And the top is very pretty too. So 25 was Cindy. And I'm going to go ahead and count it down because we want to sell as much as we can tonight. What the heck? You have a Fenton basket signed by George Fenton. He was here in town selling a special piece. Oh, wow. That's nice. 25 with Cindy now. This one is about 5 inches across and about a little over 5 inches tall. Couldn't lurk anymore. Hi, Cindy. It's nice to see your smiling face. We have about 20 seconds left. $30 with Eileen. Eileen will be with us at Teak Stock. I think Eileen's putting something in the auction, aren't you, Eileen? She works for an auction house in New York.
Oh.
All right, it is sold, and it looks like Eileen got it. Okay, thanks, Eileen. You'll enjoy that.
Well, let's see. I think since we are on ceramics, I'm going to go ahead and give this choice. I know that I got a big... Oh, wait. What
do you see, George?
What's that?
I think Cindy got it.
Oh, I do too. It came in before the sold. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry about that. Sometimes there's this weird delay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cindy
sorry, Eileen.
Sorry about that. Cindy did get it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I see that here too. I'm sorry. Sometimes things flash so quickly, we think that it's come through and then we get in trouble. So anyway, we'll move on to the next thing. Okay, so I got a big collection of McCoy Blossom Time. I think that's, yeah. And I've just always really liked this. And again, boy, my lighting here, just one moment. Sorry about this. It's now gotten dark outside, so now I got to turn it back down again. Okay, I think you're going to be able to see the colors better now. Here we go. There we go. Now it looks like it's supposed to. So I always have liked this McCoy pattern. This was the beginning of McCoy. It's still their old stuff. It's still their old logo, which maybe you can see better on this one. It's going to be choice, and we're going to start these at $15 choice. There's the McCoy logo on the bottom. And this is when McCoy was just starting to up its game a little bit. During the Depression especially, they really kind of were slapdash. It was very rustic, kind of rough and ready. If you collect McCoy, you know what I mean. Sometimes the glaze isn't on all the way, and sometimes they had bubbles and skips. Well, by the 40s, they're starting to realize that if they want to keep competing, they're going to have to do a little better work. And this line is one of the first ones where the quality really is better. And that's why a lot of people really like these. So $15 choice, and we'll call this one the fancy double-handled, and this one is a nice urn shape. So it'll be choice between the two of those. These typically seem like they're selling between 30 and 45, depending on where they sell these days. Mm-hmm. I was just happy to get a big collection all at one time. The condition is good. Now, this one looks like it may have had something in it, like a plant at one point, but the other one is clean as a whistle, and they're both in great condition. No chips or cracks or any issues. I'll hold this up a little better so that you can kind of see the full effect. I like that it's three-dimensional, the way they would have the flowers come off of the edges there. Mm-hmm. And then here's this one. And yes, they do match my shirt. I don't know how. I did not plan that. And nor did I plan to dress in something where Heidi and I would actually kind of have a little bit of a match going on, but we managed that. Not even thinking about it. Vicky Wyke is at $15 for choice. This shows a little bit more. You can see the dimension where this is applied and then fired on. And that was a little bit more complicated. So again, for McCoy, this was a real step forward for them. And it did very well. They did them in yellow and white. And they did, oh gosh, I think 20 or 25 different pieces in the line, at least that I know of. We have Eileen at 18 for choice now. And a couple of you other folks are at that too, but the first person who does it is the one who gets it, of course. No chips or cracks. These are in great shape. Now, this one was interesting to me because the decorator, when they were doing the brown, noticed, I think this is why this is, noticed that there is a little bit of a bump, which is typical of McCoy. It's not a chip. It's not a flaw. It's under the glaze. But they marked it, and they marked it with 2 little lines on the bottom. And that means this was a factory second because of that little bit of a flaw, which was, again, that was unusual for McCoy. It used to be everything they sold was basically a factory second, and they just didn't care. So they're trying a lot harder at this point. Deb Brown at 23 is our high bidder now. And I just think they're really neat. I should measure these because unlike Roseville, they don't have the measurement right on them for you. But this one, I think they are both approximately 6.5 inches tall. Yes, that's right. They're both 6.5 inches tall and probably at least as wide with those handles. So $23 is our current bid. If you want to go ahead and start the timer, we will see. But it's time to be all in, folks. If you're interested in these, they're going to go. And it's going to be choice. If you want one, then you get one. If you are making a collection or you just really like the style, well, then you can have them both. I always like the way that they did the green behind the pink, too, so that it really has good contrast. Christine is at 24. We've got just about, 20 seconds left, folks. So if you like these, it's your chance. I do have, I think I have a wall pocket, but that's set aside for a collector who requested it. So 25 for Vicky Wyke. A bunch of you at 25, but she's going to get it unless someone bids more. So we'll put in that sold and see what happens. We're at that last moment. And Diana at $29. It is your choice. So Diana, you sniped that really well. Tell us, Diana, which would you like? Either or both are yours. And I think it's really neat. I think it's cool that you're finding pottery that you're liking. It's nice to change it up. These will be really cute. So let's see here. Just waiting to find out from Diana which she likes. And both, please. Very good. Well, thank you very much. And we're going to make sure we get a nice big padded box for you. So,
okay. Awesome. So I want to remind everybody that for those of you that don't know me, I do shows most weekday mornings at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I will be on, we call it the 10 at 10. And tomorrow it is Vintage Day. So if you'd like to stop in, we'd love to see you. Just subscribe to the channel and you'll see when we come on. All right. I think this is called a console bowl. I don't know. It has 2 handles on the side. This is the lovely freesia pattern again. And it is signed Roseville on the bottom, USA. And this one says 10 inches. So that must be the 10 inches across. And well, it is actually, no, I don't know where they get 10 out of it because it's 11 without the handles. With the handles, it goes to 14. And I'm going to go ahead and start this at 30. A really nice pattern. Everybody likes, this is a popular pattern. In the brown, there is, maybe I shouldn't be holding it by those handles. I don't know how fragile pottery is. It is beautiful and big. 466-10. And Sherry has started us out at $30. There are it's reversible. It's got the same flowers on both sides. Whoa, everybody wants it for 30. Is this considered a council bowl?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
35 with Katie. I have some magic happening. Is that you? Are you taking bids?
Oh, me putting them up? Yes, I'm trying.
I thought so. I'm thinking,
Well,
did I do that? No,
after-
that's fine.
After all this time, I'm finally learning.
I know. I'm like, wow. $40, Sherry. We'll get it right. I particularly like this. I think it's pretty. I like the blue too. 42, Katie. I don't know if you can see the timer, George. I have no idea what you can see on your end. I think you see exactly what I see.
I see what you see.
Do you know how to do the timer?
No.
I'm going to show you this time.
Oh, good.
42 with Katie. 43 with Corrine.
We've already seen the limits of my tech prowess tonight, so.
We're testing it. 48 with Katie. So if you go over to the right and you see brand, George,
Yep.
If you click that, you should see.
Is it this? Wow.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa, he has it. And the timer is going to start. All right, 30 seconds and out. We have 48 with Katie. All right, it is beautiful. Again, if you are a Rosie family member, subscribe to George's channel. And you probably already have, but if you haven't, I don't know what you're waiting for. And if you're a George fan, subscribe to mine. You never know. You might like it. All right. So you're going to have to stop it, George, which means all you've got to do is just click on it and it'll hide it.
Click on it in brand. Okay. Ah, like that. Ah, okay. And then go back to here and put sold. Okay.
Hey.
There we go. Yay. Okay.
Okay, Katie, you got that one. That's number 69 for me. Thank you. Thank you, bidders.
Okay. That might have been one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. So this is going to be choice 2, and it's kind of an interesting choice to me because they're both birds, and interestingly enough, they both sell for about the same amount typically, but they're two very different birds in that this one is a stangle bird, and I think it's a bird of paradise. I've always really liked this one. It's just really colorful. It's got the stangle label on the bottom, which I have upside down, so let me turn that around. It's also got the decorator's initials there. This would have been done probably with that mark in the 1950s approximately. It's one of their more complicated for a single bird. They also had multiple birds. And then the other one is going to be this one. This one is actually, believe it or not, 1980s, but they are very collectible now. I sold one of these online for $60. And I've seen others that have sold for more. They're called wild backyard birds, and they are all hand carved of wood. And so the base is done, and then this piece is actually set in. I'm going to start these out at let's go $19 for the start, because they're both a little more dear than our usual thing. So so it's the choice between birds. It's the stangle ceramic bird, or it's the wild backyard birds that's hand carved and hand painted. Both of these were hand painted, actually. The stangle, you can tell. One of the reasons I really like this one, besides the really crazy tail feathers, is just that it's just so colorful. There's just a lot to it. And I just think that they're really fun that way. And then the other piece here, this one is to be a little more realistic. So you can see all the feathers in it. You can see the face here. The bluebird, like I said, sold right away when I put it on eBay, but I held this one aside. It's a cardinal, and we're here in Kentucky where the cardinals are kind of a big deal. And so I thought, well, you know, I'll hang on to it for a while, but now it's time for it to fly off to a new home. So if anyone is interested in either of the birds, $19 is the opening bid.
Yeah, Jen and I recently went to an auction with the Stangle birds. We couldn't get any of them. I mean, they were so sky high. Now, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Is that similar to Magelica?
It's funny because the colors make you think of that, but I think it's just because this particular one is really, really brightly colored and has a lot going on. And so it has colors that are similar to a lot of colors we see in Magelica glazes. And it definitely is, you know, it's not the same type of glaze formulation, but it definitely has the shine of the Magelica. Mm-hmm. And then this little guy is more of a matte. Because, and I say guy because, you know, in bird world, the guys are the ones who have to put it on because the women are not so impressed. So they've got to be the pretty ones. And we are at $20 with Sharon Carter. So I'm pleased, and it's very interesting to hear that the Stangle was going well. I think that it is starting to make a comeback. I'm starting to see these go out of my inventory pretty fast, where I've had them out for sale. So, and yeah, I do think they're pretty lifelike, actually. So Sharon is at 20, and I know Eileen was interested too. So I think it's between the two of you, unless someone jumps in at the last minute. But we're going to count it down here. So 30 seconds left, folks. Yeah, it's funny. I never appreciated birds as much as I do living in Kentucky part of the year. We're right on the flight path. Audubon did a lot of his research right near here. There's a big state park called Audubon State Park right up on the Ohio River. In fact, it's where the Highway 41 sale starts this weekend. It's right next to Highway 41. So there's just so many interesting birds that fly up the flyway from the Mississippi River and up the Ohio. And this may be the only time I promise you I won't give anyone the bird, but I'll gladly sell it.
All right.
And it looks to me like it's going to be for Sharon.
Yeah.
And Sharon, if you'll let us know which, either or both, that you are interested in, and then we will proceed from there. Yeah, I think the Highway 41 sale is going to be pretty good this year, Tammy. Last year it was really, really hot. This year I noticed a lot more people are participating who hadn't. There's a guy 2 towns north of where I am that's got a bunch of antique and vintage that's going to be out. There's an antique show right down the one, the colorful one. So the Stangle goes to Sharon. Okay, very good. And Eileen, I know you said you were out, but if you were interested in this one, let us know. Otherwise, it is up for grabs. And I'm just going to quickly write Sharon's name down so we keep track of everything. And Stangle bird. Okay.
I don't know where she went.
Well, I think when she said she was out, she must have really meant it. So if anyone else is interested at $20, let us know. We're up for grabs here, and you can just let us know in the chat.
Queen Mother Dolores.
Well, thank you, Dolores. We'll send that one to you.
Okay, another piece. I love. I don't know how this got on a pottery mode today. Do you know how this got into pottery mode today?
I'm not really sure. I didn't even bring that much pottery, and somehow it seems like that's all we have.
Look at this. Now, some people don't like this in Roseville. I love it. This is Roseville Roseanne, 1917. It is beautiful. Here is the old mark, and it's in perfect condition. It's a double-handled bowl. I'm going to start this one at 30. This one is hard for me to get rid of.
It's actually a good piece. Yeah, you don't see that very often.
Yep, 10 inches across. And here is the old mark on it. Look at that. It has a little note in here that says the year. Now, I'm old-fashioned. I'll just believe that. I don't Google nothing. So it says 1917 Roseanne. Yeah, that's what it says. And Lou is going to start us out. Oh, you're doing it again. Lou is going to start us out at 30. Look at the colors, and it's just so beautiful. I love it. All the way around with the florals.
Yeah, this is right about the time they're just starting to do these floral embossed designs. And so this is earlier than the other stuff that we've had on tonight.
Oh, I love it.
Kim is
I love it even more now that I'm showing it to you. And I don't know why bowls always look smaller than they are. This is a nice size piece. If you measure it from handle to handle, it's 10 inches. And it has some height to it too. It's 5 inches tall. And all the flowers are different. Look at all the flowers all the way around it. I like that one. It's really pretty. Ooh, and there's a little yellow one in there somewhere. Yeah, it's really pretty. Lou is in at 34. It's in fine condition, 1917, 105 years old.
Wow.
Lou
Yeah,
is
it's a true antique now. It's amazing how much stuff is starting to truly be antique and not just vintage anymore.
Yes. Lou is at 34. Sharon Carter is at 36. 36 is bid. There is close up. So pretty. Somebody said earlier if they had children, they'd tell them to invest in Roseville, and I tend to agree with that because it's really up and coming. Everybody loves it. 38 with Lou Draper. When the bidding starts slowing down, we'll put up the timer. 38 with Lou. 40 with Sharon. Go ahead and show you all the way around it again. It's a beautiful color. Pauline, you got to go higher. 45 with Katie. Everybody's at 45. Katie was first. 48 with Lou. Lou is at 40. Pauline is at 50. Those of you that were at the boutique sale Monday morning, we are going to have another one with the dog treats and the vitamins, probably next weekend. You don't want to miss that. That'll probably be next weekend. This week we have 10 at 10 tomorrow. Miss Eileen will be with us on Thursday or Friday night. And of course, Fenton Friday and Friday morning at the 10 at 10. We can go ahead and do the timer now. Katie is at 55. And we're going to do 30 and out. Katie's at 55. Lou, Sharon, make sure you get your bids in there. And here we go. Lou is at 56. We have about 20 seconds left, so get your bids in. There's always a lag, so you want to make sure you get them in ahead of time. Lou is at 56. Ten seconds, counting down. Don't miss this piece. That's an oldie. 61 with Katie. Ooh, 67 with Dolores, and we'll see what George finds out here. It looks like Dolores on my end. How about yours?
That's what I see too, yes.
All right, thank you, bidders.
$67. That was a wonderful piece.
Thank you, bidders. Appreciate it.
Okay, well, I have a couple more lots here, 2 more, I think, and the first one I'm going to do a choice on Fenton again. It'll be my last Fenton of the evening. And we're going to start these at $9, believe it or not, even though at least one of them is worth a fair bit more. And this is the choice. They're very different from each other, but they're actually a little closer in time than you think. This one is the forest green hobnail. Forest green, very popular in the 40s, 50s, early 60s, a jewel tone. And then this is the rose compote. You see the big roses on it. And this one is a 1960s amberina piece that may have some cadmium glow. And again, we're at $9 per choice to start these off. So Monica's in at $9. And let's see if I can get this black light. There we go. We'll see if we've got, I'm going to do it under the table where I can tell first. Let's see. Oh yeah, it definitely glows cadmium in the base. I think you can see that there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So that's got a nice glow in the amber part of the amberina. And then the this piece here, the emerald green in the, or forest green in the hobnail, is actually a relatively hard color to find. I don't know how long Fenton made it, but I don't think it was terribly long from what I've seen. So either one might be a nice piece depending on your collections. They both have the very nice uniform ruffling and crimping that Fenton always was famous for. And the quality is good. And both of these are before they had any sort of mark on the bottom. So these are 1950s and 60s pieces. And they don't have a paper label either. So you have to actually know your Fenton. And of course, for those of you, just in case we have a few people, I know a lot of you are Fenton fans and know this already, but the pointed hobnails are the giveaway when you see hobnails. So $9 is our current bid. We have an opening bid. If anyone else is interested, go ahead and jump in. I've just got one more lot after this, and it's not Fenton, so this is my last glass lot for the evening. And yes, I do like the base on the amberina. I like the shape of it and the fact that it glows. If you are someone interested in the glowing glass, that's definitely one that does it. So size, yes, thank you, Dolores. I should have thought about that. The size on the compote is 6 1/4 inches tall by about 5 inches wide. And then this piece is a little more substantial. They made these in little tiny sizes, but this one is actually the 5-inch by 6.5. Vicky Wyke is at $11, our current high bidder. And Leisha Cochran Gibson, nice to see you in here too. I'm going to hold these the other way. Got a whole bunch of you at 10, but we already have a bid for 11, so you're going to have to step up a little bit there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to swap these around so that you can see the color of the green better. There we go. Now I think I got it. We've got Facebook user Barb Ramsey at 14. Hi there, Barb. Nice to see you. I just think they're neat pieces. I've always been a Fenton fan. My very first antique mall job, we had what they called the Fenton shop upstairs from us, and that was back when Fenton was still being made, and they would order new stuff and sell the old stuff. That's why I met George Fenton, because he came to do a presentation, and I had him sign a piece for me too. I know someone else said they had a piece signed by him. I actually made him sign one of their 1920 stretch glass candlesticks because that's what I was collecting at the time, and I still have it. He was a little surprised because everyone else was buying new pieces and I bought these 1920s pieces. And I said, well, you're the grandson of the founder. I think it's perfectly legit that you signed it. He was a little reluctant at first, but then I think he understood why. Now I wish I'd bought about 20 other things, of course.
Oh, yes.
Beverly Jablinski at $20 per choice is our high bidder now. And if you want to put the timer up, I know we've got people interested, but this just lets us know that, and also we've been going on for a while here, and I still have to prepare a sale. So
I have one more lot, and then you can close us down.
I've got one more too. That sounds perfect. Yeah, it was great. It was really fun working there. I got to meet Kelsey Murphy from Pilgrim Glass and bought the most expensive piece of glass I've ever bought. I was young and I wasn't making a lot of money there at first, and you know, when I got better at things and more knowledgeable, I got to a better place there. But I had to put it on layaway, and I hate layaway because once I know I want something, I just want it. And so it sat on layaway for it was $1,200. It sat on layaway. I paid $50 a month, and finally I couldn't stand it, and I went and borrowed money from a friend of mine and paid it off so I could have it in my house.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to show us one of these days.
I will sometime. I don't have it here. It's in Florida.
Oh my goodness.
But it's a carved cameo piece, and it was a prototype, and it was a one of a kind. They never made it, so
Wow.
I don't even know what it'd be worth now. So it looks like Dolores at 32 gets the first choice if you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Yep.
And Dolores, if you'll let us know which one you would like, then we will let Monica, I believe, is our backup, if I have that right. I wasn't following the bids because I was yakking. Dolores would like the green hobnail. Well, that's a wonderful choice. And Monica, if you like this one that glows at the base, let us know. Otherwise, we'll put that open to bid. And I will make a note of the green hobnail for Dolores.
Yep. She's
And
gonna
very
take
good. Well, thank you, Monica. Very good.
it. Okay. And I'm gonna do paperweights for the last one. And we have two. They're both signed. They're both gorgeous. This one is Elwood, Indiana, and I'm thinking it's Sinclair. I cannot read the outside of it, but I'm going to show you. It glows like crazy. This one is Thomas St. Clair, and that one glows. So I'm going to turn the lights off. We're going to start these at $10. I'll sell at least one, and I'm gonna try to turn the lights off and try not to trip. Let's see. Boom! Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
I was surprised at that glowed, and I think this one does a little bit too. It's got some wild stuff going on, but this one, oh my goodness, it really glows. $10. So I don't know if you saw that or not. You might see it better in that light. It's kind of a zigzag pattern. This one does too. This one is signed. That's what it looks like, and it glows. Okay, I'm gonna go turn the lights on. They're both signed. Your chat's not working. Remember, are you Ray Carver from Marshall? But our L Carver, you're only seeing whatever room you're in. So if you're in YouTube, that's what you're seeing. You're not seeing the other groups. They're on 6 different venues. So you may be on George's YouTube. Well, no, if you're on George's YouTube, you should see, I think our 2 YouTube groups are together, but the Facebook groups aren't. Okay, you're going to get choice. Pauline is at 15. This one is more shaped like an egg. There's the bottom. And like I said, I was shocked to see that. You never know. And then this one is also signed. And that one is very beautiful. That one's a little bit bigger, but it's got like a ribbon of stars through it. It's beautiful. We have 18 with Jamie. You can go ahead and do the timer, George.
Okay.
20 with Pauline. $20 is bid. Both of these are made right here in Indiana, and I would love to go tour some of the paper glass factories. It's been on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's interesting the way they make paperweights.
Yes. I'm a paperweight fan too. All right. Timer is going up, and we have 15 seconds left. You see Corinne, but not Pauline.
Sorry, PJ was first at 22. There we go.
That's why it's important to watch the screen, because we post all the bidding. All right. And we're going to go ahead and close it down. Dolores is at 27.
Okay.
I got it. All right. So it looks like Dolores. Oh, PJ, you came in late. It's Dolores. Dolores, which one would you like? You can take both if you want. The price is 27, and the backup is actually Jamie. No, actually PJ. Okay. So Dolores, let me know. She's going to take both. Thank you, Dolores. Okay.
Well, those were fun. I have to admit, I'm one of the first thing I bought in an antique store. My parents said, if you're well behaved, we'll let you have one thing, and you can choose up to $10. And I found a Murano glass paperweight, and I still have it. So I get the young people being interested in paperweights. They're just really interesting the way they look, the way they're made. I thought these items, which are my last for the evening, were really interesting too. We see a lot of Japanese lusterware from the 30s, and we see a lot of it that's kind of, it's cute, it's cheap, it's not necessarily well done. It has a little house or a boat. Well, these were better quality from the era. These are 1930s, and it is choice, and these are lusterware. But these are a little different kind of lusterware. I'm going to start these at 19 each, and I'm going to see if I can get this so that you can really see the qualities and the details of it, because they're really well done. These came from an estate in Connecticut, and this one is, the background color of luster is the orangey peach luster that you see, but it's done like a silhouette, because silhouettes were very, very popular in the 1930s. And yes, the children on the vase, I think, really make it because they're holding hands, they're playing some sort of a game or skipping along under the trees. I just thought these were really, really something different. So that's the first one. Both of them are about the same height. They're both 8 inches. They both have, again, because of the war, we lost a lot of these ceramic makers. So I don't know who these marks belong to, but they're 1930s Japanese. And here's the other one. And this one has the most amazing color. There you can see the color really. For some reason, it's not showing as bright as it does in person, but where the reflection is there, that is the true color. It is a really cool blue-green. You can see it on the back, actually, when I go away from the design. It's this really great blue-green luster color that you really rarely see. And what they did on this one, instead of decorating it like the other one where they did the black decoration on it, what they did with this one is they actually masked it off so that the luster only covered the things, and then they painted a little bit of the red in the clouds and on the beaks of the birds there, and everything else was done by just leaving the porcelain underneath to be shown. So I just think they're both really unusual and just a real cut above the typical lusterware of the time. And I just thought they would be something really different that we don't really see that would be fun to bring you. So, and it looks like you folks are enjoying them. So I'm glad for that. You thought they were native women in grass skirts. Well, it's interesting because the way that they're holding, I mean, they are holding on to something. Maybe those are spears. I don't know. Maybe they could be native women, but I got kids skipping along, but who knows? Somebody's having fun on them anyway. So it's going to be choice between these two or both. If you like lusterware or you just like pretty things, I think these both qualify, and they just have such shine to them. Connie is at 32. Yeah, Miss Wildlife sees spears now, so I think maybe you're right about that. And thank you, Twist of Fate. Yes, I thought these were really something neat. I actually had thought of taking them to shows, but I thought I would rather share them with our group here because there's just a lot of nice people who come and hang out with us and enjoy this. And thank you all for being here, by the way. We do really appreciate all of you. And whether you bid or not, we just really enjoy having you in the house. Let's see here. Vicky is at 40. And there's just a few seconds left, so it's your last chance to get in those bids, and it's going to be choice. And we're just about that time. Deb, you're just a little below the bid. And we're just going to wait and see. Just waiting for the sold to come up. And unlike me, Heidi didn't turn the timer back on, so that was good. And let's see. It looks to me like Pamela Commons. Am I getting that right? Oh,
Yeah.
thank you, Miss Wildlife. That's great. So Pamela, you get first choice. Let us know if you would like one or the other or both. And if you want both, that's great. And if you just want one, then we'll let the backup bidder have the second choice.
Yep. Backup is Dolores.
Okay.
Okay, Pamela, let us know.
Oh, I'm going to set them down for a minute. The bluebird. Okay, Pamela's taking the blue.
Okay.
And that leaves us with this one, with native little girls with spears. Well, yes. That is definitely a possibility. So let's see. Pamela will take that.
Yep. Dolores, let us know if you want that one. Otherwise, it'll be up for grabs. Remember, tomorrow is 10 at 10 and Rosie's Auction House right here. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Oh, Dolores says no, thank you. Okay, up for grabs. We had a few other bidders in there.
And this would be 45. So if anyone's interested, let us know. Let us know. Let us know now. Obviously, I'm tired. It's probably a good thing we're wrapping this up.
Okay.
Diana would like it. Well, thank you, Diana. I think it's kind of a fascinating piece, and I'm going to have to get you a big box. So very good. And thank you all so much. And I almost called you Rosie.
That's fine. Everybody calls me Rosie. That's just fine.
Heidi, thank you so much for hosting. This is always so much fun to do, and I just really enjoy it.
It was. And I want to thank everybody at home for hanging out with us tonight. It was a long night, but we sure enjoyed having you here with us. We'll do this again soon.
Yes.
And thank you so much. And we'll get the invoices out. Remember, George has a big sale this weekend, so there might be a little bit of time before he gets his out. But don't worry, we'll get to it. And have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow at the 10 at 10. Check it out. And we'll see you later. Later, alligators.
Thanks, everybody.